honestly. Like
Uh,
he's not. I think he's like flexible. He's
Wish
also he's
it
not.
should be
He
on.
also understands the game just as well as I
Hello.
do, right? So like
See,
when you have two players like
I'm streaming a bit late today because I had some other work like sleeping for 10 hours. So I had to do that before I do something else. That's why I'm late today. I'm sorry. I thought like after reaching platinum, and I did reach platinum by the way. Like my live stream got removed from the whole world for some reason. It got blocked because I played a song that was not even on their own channel. It was someone else's channel, but still, they copyrighted me for some reason. It's fine. I didn't get. I don't think I got copyright strike though, which is fine because three of those strikes and my channel is gone forever. So yeah, platinum finally. Bro, I wish the live. Fuck man, the live stream got blocked. Like that was such a good moment as well. I fuck man, but it's not anymore on the internet. It's blocked. It's fine. So yeah, as I said, after reaching platinum, all I'm going to do is just improve at the fucking again. I need a background music too. What? Okay, that's not my recommendation. That's not my recommendation. This YouTube recommends me some random shit. Okay, that's not what I see. The best horror video ever made. Best of Paganini. Devil's Violinist. Oh, what is this? Okay, did it? I should not play any songs which could get me copyrighted, so I'm just gonna play those which I know are copyrighted free. Thank you. Okay. So. I said that after reaching platinum, I'm not going to play ranked anymore. I'm just going to practice my mechanics. What the fuck is this sound, dude? Okay, it's proper now. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to. I'm gonna just practice my mechanics from now on. Play firing range, all those stuff. Practice in pubs, and that's all. Okay, and I'm going to do that until I see some serious improvements, or until I reach a plateau. I think, or until I get bored. I don't know, either of those reasons. Yeah. So let's see. Am I even live, dude? I cannot see it. But I am. So since I want to improve at this game, what are the things I want to improve at? Mechanics. But the thing is that on what gun do I want to improve at? Because there's like thousands, I mean not thousands, but a pretty good variety of guns in this game, and I don't want like I don't, like I want to improve at the most efficient weapon. I don't care if it's harder to use. I'm gonna get good at it eventually. I just want the gun which is like the most efficient. Imagine if I was a aimbot, which gun would be the most like best in slot for me? Assuming that I hit every bullet, which gun is the best for me? I think that's what I'm going for here. Because oh yeah, and also I'm playing on PC, so I have to consider my advantages. So let's jot it down, okay? Let's go to every single detail. So where the fuck? So I kind of don't like I kind of don't vibe with this song, dude. Ah, okay, that thumbnail is just so mean. Chill music. Yes. What the fuck? Bro, this thing sucks ass. You know what? That's fine. I'm just gonna play the. What is it? It's the same thing. Level 1. Zelda. Okay. I think that's fine. This is what I'm looking for. Thank you. Alright, let's jot it down. So, here we go. I'll pick this up. Okay. Add one. Add. Okay. Add. Okay. Add. Okay. Add one. Can I get some different brush, please? Holy shit, this sucks so ass. Add advantages of PC. Okay. And here, this advantages of PC. So this is like kind of mine advantage, like my PC advantage. So it's like it might be different for you guys, but okay. So what is my advantage when I play on PC against other players? So what my advantage is that first I can have, first of all, a wide variety of movements. Okay. And I have noticed that I can snipe. I snipe better on PC, right? Third, second is of course, first is disadvantage is tracking. Okay. And I can flick really hard. I can flick. So that's the kind of the advantage I have. What was I actually going to do right there? So I have movement, snipe better, flick fast. And I can also flick. Tracking is the thing that I need to work on. I actually don't know where should I go with this. Wanted something. This one. Okay. Oh, what was I thinking again? Sorry, I'm trying to think something. So before starting practice mechanics, I need to figure out which guns do I want to practice. Right? And which guns, if I was an aimbot, which gun would be better for me? Okay. So let's delete all of these. New. Don't save. Why is it always go to the side? I don't get it. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna like make my own tier list of like which weapons are good. So for that I need to go to firing range and actually test them out. Like I want to test them out. What if I had like max loadout on every gun? On that gun. What am I doing?
Here I come, back from the sky.
Let's start with the weapon all the way over there, okay? It will take a lot of time. So we'll start with wingman and longbow. So wingman. See. Wingman is fine and all, you know. Headshot damage is like pretty decent. Not decent, but see, wingman, I feel like if I have perfect aim, then wingman is not that bad. I can just go here, shoot. Okay, I need them to stay still. Maybe not. I need them to stay still. Oh, okay. So here. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Let me put some other sound of this thing is not working at all. Okay. You know what, wingman? I go here, I shoot. Okay. Now again, I should not be biased because I'm aiming properly with a certain gun. I just need to judge a gun on its like damage and other stuff. Now see, wingman. Like I want to see the bullet velocity and other stuff. Okay. See, wingman headshot damage, of course, it's pretty nice. Okay, it's fucking juicy. But and if I practice my aim to hit headshots, I can kind of do that, I guess. Okay, so yeah, with and without the skull piercer is kind of good. So let me think here. Wingman. Sure. Let me climb up this thing, and I'm going to shoot like the furthest fucking target. Okay, it's kind of there. What if I shoot there? Okay. I need a hollow to actually see clearly. Okay, let's see. Okay. So of course this thing has way, like the bullet velocity on longbow is definitely way higher. So yeah, that's nice. And it does 55 damage. Like Wingman is good for long range. I mean, no. So when it comes to long range, Wingman is not better than longbow. That means it's not better than G7. That means it's not better than charge rifle. That means long range is not that great. Just don't use it. You have many other options that are better. Like sure, the rate of fire might be more, but bro, G7 is just way better. Charge rifle, you don't even have to fucking aim with that shit. So yeah. Like okay, this stream will be just me talking to myself and thinking through stuff. So yeah, this is going to be boring. So I don't recommend you to waste your time on me, at least on this stream. This is just me talking to myself, okay? I'm just trying to think something, trying to find the weapon that is for me, that I want to improve at. So yeah. But I would say like medium range Wingman is kind of good. Like there's no way I'm going to hit like from this distance, right? From this distance, there's no way I'm going to beam someone with the R99. I mean, I can. But bro, Wingman is just better. You can shoot one shot, go back to cover. Shoot one shot, go back to cover. Like that. And in close range, well, in close range I'm still kind of good, but the time to kill is, yeah, it's pretty slow. If I'm facing an SMG right there like R99, I would get clapped. Like by the time I hit my 2 shots, I would be dead. Yeah, I'm dead. So yeah, medium range Wingman, fucking great. Longbow medium range, I mean, you can still kind of play longbow in medium range. You just have to like shoot and go back to cover like that. You know, you can still do that. Holy fuck. So yeah, I would let me see. Like I don't know, when it comes to, I need to think in terms of competitive. Like in comp, where everyone is like kind of like in comp, like when you start a fight, you need to finish a fight really quickly, and you need some weapon so you can poke damage and get better shields. And I don't think Wingman is that good in that terms. Like Longbow is definitely better than Wingman in terms of farming damage, but when it comes to finishing fights, I think having a Wingman R99 is better than having Wingman Longbow when it comes to like fighting in comp, because most of the fights are like close range. So that's where I'm like kind of confused, but still, I think like, but still, like you can kind of farm damage from Wingman. So for competitive, I would rate Wingman over. I would choose Wingman over Longbow. Like, but still though. But I still don't know whether I should do that. Let me see. Long range. Mid range, short range. Okay, let's consider these three things. So far in long range, Longbow looking good over Wingman. Okay, let's try charge rifle. Charge rifle, Longbow, I mean long range. I'll mostly use charge rifle, this thing, skull piercer, no one needs that. 8 to 4 times, 8 to 4 times. That's the loader that I'll be going for. We'll go there. That's not what I meant to do. But yeah. I can't see that guy. I need them to keep moving. Can you move? On random. Okay. So this is kind of random. Let's see. Alright. So of course this, if I aim properly, I could hit all the shots. Right? If I aim properly, I could hit all the shots. Huh? Okay. So yeah, but the charge rifle, you don't need to lead your shots. Okay. So if I have perfect aim, let's see. Snipers you don't really have to track, so I'm just gonna delete this. Okay, so it's turned off right now. Now let's see. Okay, and now from the charge rifle, I think charge rifle takes more time, of course. But with charge rifle, the thing is that you don't have to pre-aim. The only thing you need to do with charge rifle is track. But with longbow, you have to kind of like predict where the enemy will go. So yes, of course, like when I'm fighting like right here, the bullet velocity is so fast that it can actually track the guy. So maybe like in kind of like this range, I can longbow is better probably. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Yeah, shooting wild cuts will be easier. Shooting out like with the charge rifle, only thing you need to do is tracking. With the longbow, I have to like kind of predict. So yeah, I think I would pick charge rifle over other, because like when it comes to long range, really long, charge rifle just outperforms longbow, you know. So I think I would choose charge rifle over longbow. Okay, now let's try out sentinel. Wait, it just went. Okay, I mean sentinel is like way slower though. It's way slower, but the headshot damage is insane. Let me try the bullet velocity on this thing. Okay, around that point. So yeah, I think it's kind of the same as longbow, but this thing is that the rate of fire on sentinel is so bad that it's like, I think longbow is just better than sentinel. It just takes so much time. It takes so much time. So yeah, I would say for long range, charge rifle. Now, I mean, see, Kraber is of course the goal. I don't need to talk about that, but just in case I don't get Kraber, I think charge rifle is the way to go. Knife, I have not seen a knife in the game, so I'm not gonna do that. Bow kick. Okay. I think that's like a similar rate of fire to charged rifle. I mean, sorry, longbow. I mean, bow is good. I think I would not use it over longbow, but still. Maybe in comp I will, because most of the comp fights are in like close range. Yeah, I think bow is definitely good. I have not tried hemlock at all. Like if anyone is seeing this, if you guys have some recommendations on which gun do you think is the best, you can say it. Okay. The bullet velocity is not that bad, actually. I don't know, for some reason Wingman has the worst. So, I don't know if it's only me, but I think that RE45, it doesn't, like, I feel like R99 is better than RE45. I don't know. It might be just me though. I just can't seem to aim with this thing. Okay, this firing range is bugging. When I do it with R99, why is he standing still? Okay. I mean, I think that it feels like the time to kill on R99 is waste. Like, it just feels better. Okay, why is it run? So when it comes to SMGs, I think this is what I think. R99, best SMG. Where was that thing, dude? Yeah, I think Prowler is the second best. Car for some reason. Let me try it. Let me try car. Like pros, they just don't use car anymore for some reason. Okay, I think I know why. Yeah, it's actually bad. Wait, let me try one more time. Okay, wait, one more time. What the fuck? Yeah, the time to kill is not as good as R99. You can kind of feel it. I'm just going according to my feeling. Plus, the thing, it has... Yeah. Like R99 feels easier to control and also like better time to kill. See, this is why I think Prowler is better than Car. Look at this. Wait, where did it go? Okay, look at this. What the fuck? Prowler, burst. That's why I think Prowler is better than Car. But the issue comes when you have to track someone. Like right now, if I try to do it, I cannot track. Okay, if my tracking was perfect, I would have beamed that car. I cannot track. Yeah, I just cannot track to it. But the issue with the burst weapon is that when you're fighting up close, I start panicking because I have to burst. Like, I'm not used to burst weapons. But when it comes to medium range, you can kind of like just shoot and go back to cover and shoot. You don't have to continuously spray at them. Which I think that's something I need to get used to. And when you hit headshots too, this thing just... Yeah, you can nearly just 2-burst everyone if you're hitting your headshots. Okay, my game is lagging. No wreck? What? Okay, something's wrong with my game. What the heck does that symbol even mean? So yeah, this is what my opinion is. R99, best SMG for me. Prowler second best. Car kind of falls off, but still pretty decent. But Volt though. Volt. You can use... No, I want the Volt. What the fuck? Like, you can use the Volt basically like an assault rifle that can have digi-threats. Like, that's, I think, the strength of Volt is. Its recoil is so easy to control that you can just beam someone. Not like that, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, Volt is basically an assault rifle with a digi-threat. That's basically Volt. You will never use Volt without a digi-threat. It's better if you just use a car rather than a Volt without a digi-threat though. So yeah, I only use Volt when I have like digi-threat on, because you can just smoke someone and you can be like 100 meters away from them and still beam them because the recoil is so easy to control. Yeah. So yeah, without a digi-threat I would never use Volt. Even though it's SMG, I use Volt as like an assault rifle. But yeah, that's about it. So that's about it for SMGs. For short range or mid range, I think short range, I would rather use R99. Then I would use Prowler. Then I would use Car. You see what I did right there? Okay, then if I really have to, then I use Volt. But I would definitely, like, if the Volt is with the Digi-Threat, then I would use it over Car, for sure. I think, again, this is just my own personal thing. Yours might be a bit different. Like, I'm just trying to see the weaknesses and strengths of every weapon and judging, like, which weapon is better than what. Like, I'm just basically comparing other weapons. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And why my game is lagging? See, I'm not an Apex coach, so don't take any of my words seriously. Only take it seriously if you think what I'm talking is logical. And I don't think I'm talking logical at all, but still. So, when it comes to short range battles, short range close combat shit, Wingman definitely falls off. I mean, R99 kinda good. What about shotguns though? If I'm using shotguns in short range, I mean that's what they're supposed to be used for. Where are the shotguns? Mozambique. Now the thing that I like about Mozambique is that, like, when you shoot from with an EVA 8, you get 7 damage. 14, okay. But this gives you literally the whole damage. So that's like the only thing that I like about Mozambique is that if you're assuming that you're aiming perfectly, you're kind of getting more value than an EVA 8 when it comes to mid-range shotgun fight. And it's kind of insane. And of course with the hammer pointed, let me see. Okay, oh, it does 60 with the hammer point? Okay. Okay, that's EVA 8. Peacekeeper, it's like... okay. Pump. Mastiff. What if I fight him from here? 44. Wait, Mozambique actually does more damage on this range than a Mastiff. But again, when it comes to like right here on the face fight, I think Peacekeeper is the best one. I see. I think Peacekeeper is the best one, assuming that you don't miss your shots. Yeah. Okay, fuck, it's lagging. Let me go to my paint. Peacekeeper is another option that I can use. I don't think I'll use Mastiff. Nah, I don't think I'll use Mastiff, dude. Like, the thing with shotguns is that you can either one-clip someone with R99 or get them really low, or you can try to hit 4 shots, because there's no way you're like 2-pumping someone with a shotgun. The chances of you 2-pumping someone with a shotgun is so low that it never happens. But the chances of you one-clipping someone with R99 is higher than the shotgun, at least. It's at least higher than 2-pumping someone. Like, see, I mean, it takes pretty long to kill an enemy, and at the same time, like instead if I use R99, I would just kill him within like 1 second. So yeah, like even though yeah, Peacekeeper can do 99 damage a pump, but it's like unless you have a cover to play around, like if I'm fighting someone in the open like right here, I would rather use R99. But if I'm fighting someone in cover like this, I can just go and I get back to cover till my weapon is like, till my Peacekeeper is like loading up. I mean, you can do kind of the same thing with R99. You can just beam, go back to cover, beam, go back to cover. So that's the reason why I don't want to use shotguns over SMGs anymore. And also, no one uses Gibby anymore in competitive. Like, at least, like, even they, like, only like 1% maybe. There are like so few teams that use Gibby that most of the fights is not going to be in bubble. If they were using Gibby, then yes, shotgun would have been the better option. But since no one uses Gibby anymore, I don't think shotguns are that useful. So yeah, the only shotgun I would use is PK, and that's all. I would not use any other shotgun other than PK if I really have to. But now let's talk about assault rifles. R301, flatline. See, assault rifles are supposed to be the weapon which you use in medium to kind of long range. Because if you fight someone with an assault rifle like this close, your movement speed is so slow that they can beam you. So if it comes to R99 versus R301 in this range, of course R99 is going to win. Even in this range, I would say R99 is going to win. Let me see the time to kill. Okay. No, I turned it off. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty slow. The time to kill compared to SMGs, pretty slow. Yeah, it feels like I'm shooting for like one whole year before they die. Yeah. So if I'm let me see. I just want to compare flatline and R301 just a second. I mean CC, man. Yeah. Like flatline definitely has the highest damage per bullet, including Havoc. I think Havoc has the same damage per bullet. 29. 18. Yeah, Havoc has the same damage. So why would I use an assault rifle? Why would I use an assault rifle? Can't I just use G7? Why is it necessary to use assault rifle when I can just go close up to enemies and just beam them with R99? Well, because it's in competitive, when the zones get closer and you don't have the option to push anyone, like if you want to just farm damage. Fuck man, I think is it only me? Flatline actually feels better than R99. Because even if you miss the whole half of the mag, you still kind of kill them. Yeah. So R99 better has less recoil, less damage. Flatline has more recoil, more damage. But if you control the recoil, it shreds through enemies. Okay. So yeah, from today onwards, it's official. Flatline is better than R301. Okay. Wait, Nemesis. I've seen a lot of pro use Nemesis nowadays. Uh, I'm trying to understand why people are using Nemesis more than other ARs. Okay. I mean, okay. Let me see. What the heck? Oh wait. Its bullet velocity is actually pretty impressive. I can't seem to hit my shots. Oh, the bullet velocity is actually good. What the fuck? With like Hemlock and stuff, I have to aim like right there, but with Nemesis, I have to aim literally on top of the target. My god. Okay. If I practice controlling the recoil, I think I can hit all the shots. I just can't seem to control the recoil. Okay. So sometimes it goes left, sometimes it goes right. What the fuck? I swear I'm not moving my mouse. Like, it's going left, sometimes it's going right, sometimes it's straight. Okay. I think I can see why pros are using this gun. It's just like, yeah. I think it's just like you get that quick burst in. I think I know. I think I can see why they use it. It's like better bullet velocity, so you can like, you don't have to lead your bullets that much. Since you don't have to lead your bullets that much, I think it's pretty good for farming. Yeah, of course I need to learn how to control the recoil. Like once I learn how to control the recoil, it will be way more impressive. Yeah. Like honestly, it doesn't look that impressive right now, but I feel like if I learn how to play with this gun, it will start feeling better. I just need to learn this gun. Oh wait, the Apex podcast. I forgot about the podcast. But I'll just put it in background because I wanted to see that. So I'll just put it in background.
Players like me and Jordan that understand the game, you know, at the same level, it's just like it's so hard to kind of beat because we have so much experience individually. But like I said, like for him, you know, personally, he just has so much experience as a player since he's been playing in like literally everything. I think we've only missed one finals. I think it was an online ALGS or something like that. But that we have never missed any other finals. So like the experience is just like crazy, and his flexibility. You know, he's willing to play whatever to win. Um, you know, he just I don't know. Like it's also the same thing. Like I even asked myself that question. You know, like we've been teaming for that. You know, for so long, and you know, someone else asked me like, "What makes Jordan so good?" And I'm just like, I don't know, bro. We just play together and it just clicks. Like it's just how it works. I don't know. Like he's like a hidden dark horse or something. It's kind of hard to like explain, but we just click together.
He's your Hellman's glue, bro. He's the
glue
guy.
Literally. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know, you know, like I said, I think there's nobody else in the scene that could understand how I play or think as similar as me other than Jordan. There's nobody else. Like except maybe Matt, but you know, that's just how it is based off of how much we play together.
Okay.
All right, so we've talked about.
So I think it's for medium range. I feel like it's I don't know. Flat line. Where is the color dude? Flat line. And if I'm really like feeling like a god, Nemesis. I think that's it. Like, oh, I don't know why. Like, I don't feel there's a reason to run ARs anymore for me. I mean, I can farm damage with charge rifle. If I want to get a close range fight, I'll just use R99. Like, assault rifles are in a weird spot for me. I just don't know. Like, but yeah, I know if I learn these guns, I know I'm going to start. So I guess yeah. I think I'm just speaking too soon. I think assault rifles are actually good, but I just don't know how to play with them. I just need to learn their recoil. Yeah, flatline nemesis. Those are the only assault rifle I'll start using from now on. Other assault rifle like Havoc. I mean, you kind of need the turbo charger, dude. Like if an enemy just jumps on you, you're not gonna wait for a whole 10 years to let your Havoc rip off. Instead, just use flatline. And what are the other assault rifles? Nemesis, I'm gonna use that. Flatline, I'm gonna use that. R31, maybe not, dude. Like the damage, yeah, it just doesn't feel that impressive anymore. Okay, so we compared snipers. In snipers, I want to use charge rifle, and that's all. That's the only sniper I want to use. Wingman, I don't really know. Like Wingman, I'll use for fun because I think Wingman is still kind of a fun weapon to use. So I'll just keep on using that. R99 definitely best. SMG, shotguns, only PK. That's all I'm going to use. Yeah, I think we covered everything. So yeah, this is, I mean, not really a tier list, but these are the weapons that I feel like are the best in slot in their own category. Best sniper, best assault rifle, best SMG, and best shotgun. Charge rifle, I don't really need practicing. See, what is the... I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think what practice should I... Like, what should I do to become better at the guns? Let me think.
About reps, and now we got to talk about the man himself, Big E. And so you also had mentioned going through the roster swap. And so when you found out that Snipe was leaving and that he was going to go play FaZe Halo, what did that process look like for when you were trying to figure out who it was? Because at the time, Evan was on ESA and they were number one in Pro League. And it really just seemed like it was the absolute just roster pickup of like the season / of a like biggest one in Apex, because it really just you weakened the best team in the league at the time, and then got yourself a player that ended up being able to very quickly just adapt into the role that you guys needed him to play, and ended up winning that split.
Yeah, and I think I talked about it on stream, but that whole like snipe and the Evan thing was like it was such chaos. Like there was so like one day, or it was like right before the stream, the snipe was like, "Hey, I wanna go play Halo." I think like he was pretty confident in it. Like he seemed like pretty solidified, right? And I was like, and me and Jordan were like, "All right." We didn't really argue with him. We were just like debating on should we wait until after Pro League. Should we do it now in the middle of Pro League for him, get somebody else? And we were kind of decided at the time, like, we need to get somebody else now. Because if we wait, then Snipe will be late to entering the scene for Halo, and, it'll be more time for us. We were confident in picking up anybody and still, qualifying or whatever, right? Even in the middle of Pro League. So that happened, like, right before scrims, and then, like, the night of that day, like, in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., Snipe is like texting me, "Oh, hey, I changed my mind." But since we thought it was so solidified, me and Jordan already like went around and like looked because it's middle Pro League, right? We don't have time to fuck around and like wait. So we looked and we were like, "Oh, I want to knock." Like I wanted to pick up Nox personally at the time, but Jordan was like, "No, I don't want to play with Nox." I was like, "All right, then who should we get?" And I think he mentioned Evan. Or yeah, Verhals, and I was like, okay. And then I don't know if we DM'd him first and just asked him, and then we played the day after. But we played ranked with him for a little bit. Maybe it was before or after we asked him. And either way, like it basically came down to like Evan was interested, Snipe changed his mind, and then me and Jordan had to pick. Hey, did we go back to Snipe or did we pick up Evan where we think that he might be a better fit or, do better than Snipe, whatever. And we eventually just, ended up on picking up Evan. Like, it was a roller coaster, too. Like, Snipe was emotional, Evan was emotional, especially when Evan was, like, on a top-tier team. Like, he was number one in Pro League, right? And now he's getting pushed by TSM. Like, there's so much potential and, like, security to join a team like that. So to give up on something that he possibly can get, like they didn't know they were going to get picked up Optic at the time. When I was asking him to join, so it was hard. It was all just like it was just all shitty. Like I think we all like learned that at the end of the day that to kind of wait and like sleep on things because we all kind of made a decision right away. Like he made a decision right away, and then we also made a decision right away, and then we ended up in the middle of all that. So yeah, like picking up Evan, I think me and Jordan believe we just both believe that Evan was a better fit as a player compared to Snipe. Like, Snipe usually is a lot more aggressive, but Evan seemed to fit more of like that methodical approach, if that makes sense. As a player, like how me and Jordan kind of play. So we picked them up. We were doing really bad before that split that we won with Wraith, Gibby, Valk.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, we were doing absolutely nothing. Like we were doing. I don't know how bad it was, but I just knew it was terrible. Like we weren't even top 5, so it was just like nobody was believing it. Like I didn't believe that shit. Like going into the split to win or even do well. Like my family didn't believe in it, and then like we went in and just like dominated. I don't know what clicked, what happened, but it happened, and then. Eventually, like I said, we went to LAN, but Evan is a crazy. He's probably if I had to name another professional player that is like professional in Apex other than me, it would have to be Evan. Like even though I played with Jordan for 4 years or stuff like that, but like Evan's just like way different. He's even outside the game. Like he goes to the gym, he eats well. He barely drinks. He tries to make food for himself. He's always taking notes of like what he can do better. He's just all around, he's a young guy, but he knows he doesn't take it, lightly, so, yeah.
Okay.
Very refreshing to hear that because
I guess I can
we know
kind
just
of
like
do this.
from how many people that are professionals in the
I need to practice a charge rifle. I think this Practice is good, but I need something more demanding. I need something which is way harder than this. Okay, so the issue with me is that when they change directions, I just cannot keep up with it. Like that thing, I know when it will change the direction, but I still cannot keep up with that thing. Dude, what the fuck?
Apex scene, but probably in esports, let's be real, that just like kind of do it nonchalantly. Like, yeah, they're really good at the game, but they don't take care of themselves. Yeah. And so, like, having somebody like Evan on your team probably motivates you. And it also is like it just like creates a better team dynamic having somebody like that on the team because you see good habits being formed.
I have to focus like really hard.
Pretty good. Also, I was going to say, you stole Evan from ESA in like the prime Gibby caustic Valk meta, and that's so funny because you took him from the kings of that meta, bro. So funny, dude.
Yeah, I know it was kind of because I like that whole when it all went down, like picking up Evan, like Skittles was like talking shit and was like, "Oh, we made you, and I taught you everything that you know, whatever, blah blah blah," type of thing, and like. I still believe it to this day that Evan was the best player on that team. He was just like he's like the Jordan on TSM. Like he's just silent, like dark horse, just like nobody talks about him. He kind of just, farms and he just does his thing, right? So I knew, like I'm pretty sure I even talked about it like outside of stream. Like when we picked him up, I was like, bro, we just picked up the best player. Like those guys are fucked. Like they're not gonna play as good anymore. So they can't. It's gonna be hard for them to replace Evan. So. But yeah,
I wanted to do.
Long,
oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Got it. Oh, so how long did it take Evan to adjust from that mod triple purple? He's always got either a gold R3, purple flatline, or a prowler to sitting in a building with a no sight T take and a gray armor.
Yeah, that was the big question. Like I know everyone was debating, or like even Jordan that was like, oh, is he going to be able to play? Like we even messed around with him, like, hey, you're not going to have your big mod gun anymore, bro. Like you're not going to be stacked as much. And he's like, I'll be fine. I believe people believe in this like fallacy of like, oh, he was only good because he had a gold prowler or big mod prowler or whatever it was, and they had big mod 301. Like obviously the guns were OP at the time because that was like before they nerfed them. But I from watching and like playing with him, I played one time. It was the same thing like with Mac, like picking up Mac and Jordan. Me and Jordan played with Evan like once in ranked. This was already after I think we asked him to play with us. He was just like playing out of his mind, and he told us like it was like recently, like when we did play ranked, like he was trying so hard, like probably the hardest he has ever tried to, obviously impress us or whatever.
He said that whenever we interviewed him. He said, dude, I was going so hard, bro, in that rank session.
Yeah, he was. He was literally like 1v3ing teams like with the prowler and stuff. But, I believed in him. Like I said, the same thing with Jordan in Mac. Like just from watching them play, like even I didn't have to play with Evan to understand like how good he was. I believe like then, the loot doesn't make the player in any circumstance. So, yeah.
I wanted to do a quick callback to something you said just a few minutes ago. You said when you were talking about the Valk Caustic Gibby comp that you said you didn't believe in it, your family didn't believe in it. Your family was sitting down and was just like, hey, Gibby's not working, bro. We gotta switch it up. Your family, your mom.
No, my dad. So my mom doesn't like really watch or whatever, but it was more my dad. My dad's been like, if always on my ass, like, we should be playing this, doing this, or whatever, blah blah blah. But like, he was like my mentor in the beginning of Apex. Like telling me like, hey, I should swap the controller and stuff like that. But,
that's awesome.
The family thing was they didn't believe in us winning the split one playoffs with Evan. Because we were doing so bad prior, like literally nobody like thought we were going to do well because we were doing so bad prior to that.
There was a lot of memes.
Yeah.
A lot of memes on Twitter that day.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking, once you said that, I had a picture in my brain of like your dad at like a whiteboard being like, all right, here are the comps I've come up with in my brain, like a laser pointer kind of going through the different ones. That's crazy. That's awesome though, that your family is that involved to where they're pointing different stuff out and being like, hey, maybe you swapped a controller, maybe, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. My dad's been, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I really want to hear about like, because like I did not know that, and I don't think anybody knows that. Like your dad was the one who suggested that you make the swap to controller, and I just want to hear about how that went down and like getting into a little bit more of your thinking behind that decision, and as well as like
I want to hear
the
that.
impact that your dad had on it. That's just I think that's so cool, especially with all the success that you're seeing since.
Like I'll give you like a little background. So like my dad, ever since, he never really played a role because. He never played a role in like me playing video games at all, really, until I joined TSM. I don't know like what happened, but he like just randomly just started like being actively into my career. So like with the terms of like streaming, like he realized that, hey, I'm on TSM, you need to stream now. So I never wanted to stream. I didn't think I was a streamer at all. And he was the one that like got me into streaming completely. If it wasn't for him to push me into it, like I would not be where I'm at all. So, but obviously there was also times in the beginning of the game where like he was telling me you shouldn't be playing ranked. You should be playing pubs. You need to play pubs for like 2 hours because that's how you like improve. Like that's the hardest way of playing the game, by playing pubs. So I'll be playing pubs for a certain amount of time and then I can play ranked. He was telling me to play Pathfinder, even though I was maining Wraith because I need to be flexible.
That is awesome.
And so I was doing Pathfinder in pubs just to practice him, just in case, if I ever have to play Pathfinder. And then eventually, like he was, there was a point like he was telling me to play like or Caustic or Revenant at the time.
Wait, his dad was telling him that?
But,
not the Revenant.
Not the Revenant.
Yeah. So, but he was also I don't remember how exactly like the controller switch happened, but for like how I think it was I started getting pissed off just dying a controller and I started trying it out. And then he always watches everything I play, right? So like he could tell like stuff or whatever since he watches all the time. And he was telling me like you should just because there was times where like a lot of times in my career like I just didn't know what to do because I didn't have a coach at the time. So like I would just be like I'm just gonna ask my dad. Like he doesn't play the game, but he watches all the time, and I have nothing else to lose. So I'm just gonna ask my dad what I should do. And he was like, "You should just, try to keep playing controller because you play more aggressive and you might play better or whatever." So he is kind of right. Like I did play a lot more aggressive on controller because I felt more confident. But at the time, like it didn't feel right because I was playing classic, and I felt like they didn't know how to play controller on classic at all compared to linear. But yeah, he always wanted me to play controller because he just the meta like shifted in a way like we talked about it with Horizon Seer where it was a lot more aggressive, and at the time because the meta before that it was a lot more passive, and that my IGLing skills at the time before that was a lot more passive. Like I was playing more positioning, I didn't really want to push. I was playing portals and going back and forth, right, more methodical play. So it turned all the way into like a lot more like aggressive 3v3s, and I wasn't in the right mindset of like just straight pushing people because I didn't understand when to push or want to push because I was I was still playing as if I'm like Wraith or whatever, right? So like in me playing controller changed my mindset more so than it would change my mindset quicker because I'm a controller and I was more confident compared to me playing mouse and key. And I don't know, maybe it was because my confidence was kind of dwindling, finding more controller players on mouse and key, and I was kind of getting like tired of it at the time. But yeah, like my dad's been always like a factor in like a lot of my decisions. But ever since like kind of Raven joined up, my dad's kind of taken the back seat and just been watching, to be honest. So
he's like IGLing the career. Yeah, that's his role. That's awesome. No, that is really cool. That is really cool.
You used to play controller a little bit, especially. Well, I'm trying to think. Probably would have been early on whenever I was playing competitive. I remember you did a whole tournament and you were playing controller. I think you experimented. I remember dying to you in a refinery end zone, and I was like, I just got fried by how. I was like, And then I went to your stream and I saw you were on controller. I was like, what is this guy doing, bro? But I remember there was a point you were thinking about moving like over to controller pretty early on, and then it ended up. Was that what you were talking about? That you were on classic and you didn't really like it?
Yeah, I was on classic for the most part, but I don't know. It was like a mixture of things. Like I was also afraid of swapping the controller because my viewers, my viewer base or whatever, they watch me play mouse and key like for 3 years or whatever, right? And it's a lot more enjoyable to watch mouse and key, right? Like compared to controller. Oh, yeah. So it was like I knew in the long run that controller was the right move to swap. But I was at the back of my head the entire time. I was afraid of like losing viewership because I was on controller. Because people would always complain about it, like on Reddit or in my chat, like you guys swapped the mouse and key. This is just boring, blah blah blah. And eventually, I think I got to the point where like I tried linear out because of Panders from Furia, and I was like, damn, I'm like obviously I was testing controller out and I was winning here and there, but I wasn't that as confident. I wasn't like, oh, I can stream and eventually people will understand that I'm still as good as I am on mouse and key. So it wasn't until linear I was like, okay, I found a sensitivity that I feel like I can play, and I will prove to my stream that I'm still as good as I am on mouse and key. So that's basically what happened. Like I started playing linear and a bunch of controller, and I eventually swapped to Horizon instead of Seer. And I just, proved people that, I could still play controller just as much as on mouse and key.
You had talked about movement, and we had talked about controller. And so what are your thoughts on that boy Ecstasy and the fellow controller tap strafers?
That man, no. Listen.
He's different.
He is different. He is different. I love watching Ecstasy. When I first found about Ecstasy, like I was like, damn, this guy's insane. But I've never tried it, like the whole like tap strafing Steam config shit. Mm-hmm. But I think that shit's just OP. Like having the base, like that shit is like even more OP than aim assist itself. Like having the best of both worlds is just like insane. Like if I can tap
imagine beating someone while tap strafing
with, like ease, and apparently I think the Steam config
is
like even easier to like tap strafe than it is on mouse and key. I don't know, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's a left stick click, and then you just look.
Yeah, it's just like that. Just sounds like crazy easy, like even more consistent. Like it's the same thing with like aiming. Like you now have aim assist that's just easier to do, like more consistently. And now you have a movement config that you can consistently do easier than you can do on mouse and key. And I think like I get pissed off personally, like when I die or like see some controller player tap shifting on me, because I think that shit is just like insane. Like you watch Ecstasy, bro. Like I like exploits it like to the fullest, and that guy looks like a god. Like if he's just fighting like AI around him in pubs. Like he wins like most of his pubs. Like he plays pubs constantly. Like I can't even play pubs for like an hour before getting pissed off. But like he's always has fun because he outplays everybody with Steam config. Like that's just how I see it. But obviously I might be wrong. I've never played on it, but yeah.
Okay, so to follow that up, we did mention a little bit. I know E asked a question about aim assist, and so you tweeted out not that long ago, maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. You said that if you haven't played on both inputs at a high enough level, your opinion doesn't matter when it comes to the debate between controller and MNK. So what is your opinion on the whole controller versus MNK debate?
So it's kind of hard because like I've only played controller at the highest level the last year, ever since the Seer Horizon meta. So like I don't know how controller is if it was Valkyrie Cosmic, right? Everyone would think that like mouse and key would prevail in that because of shotguns and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't ever see like Gibby ever being in meta again because of Maggie. Like it'll just counter completely. But it's hard to say, like I said, because I've played only 3 years of mouse and key and 1 year controller. But I think playing controller has been so much more. It's so much less effort compared to mouse and key. The amount of
Yeah.
It's that like the highs and lows. Like there's like very little lows on controller compared to the mouse and key because there's a lot more room for error on mouse and key. So like one day you could be shitting on everybody, but then the next day like you just like doing nothing, right? So compared to controller, like you can be a lot more consistent as a player. But I think if I had to like I don't know. I think like FPS games, like especially Apex, I think controller is just so much better. But obviously, I don't think it's like that much better to the point where you need to have 3 of them on one team. I think 2 is fine, and having like that third just for flexibility or variety in a way. But yeah, like obviously, my opinion is not like 100%, but I think I definitely have more of like authority because I've played on both. But I would love to see if there was a way to like put myself as a controller player in like a meta where it's more mouse and key meta, like where it's like shotguns are meta or characters are more mouse and key oriented, like Gibby and stuff like that, right? Or Newcastle. But
yeah,
I think mouse and key is more fun. Controller is just easier, and yeah.
So
that's how to say it.
So if there was a way for you to, I don't know, let's just say you're the actual CEO of EA, Apex, whatever it is, and you just decide like, hey, there's only one input that can be played in this game. With all factors involved, you'd say mouse and key, like for fun factor, all that, you just go mouse and key straight up?
Yeah. Well, it's also hard because mouse and key, like I said, it's more fun, right? And it's more skillful, and it's also a lot more enjoyable. So like people like the amount of skill gap that you can like create would create so much viewership. I feel like in the Apex category would be insane. Like imagine if every streamer on Apex on Twitch is just a controller. Like the only way you distinguish yourself between other people would be just your personality and like how you how you do in comp, right? Compared to mouse and key, like there's so many things. You can be like a movement guy, you can be an aim guy, there's a lot more area to like explore on mouse and key. But at the same time, like, who knows how big the game would be if it's only mouse and key compared to controller, because like majority of the player base on Apex is like controller, right? So it's just kind of hard to, balance or like do one, because if you do mouse and key, you lose a lot of players, and then, that could also lose viewership because, controller players won't be watching Twitch. So it's just like, but I would still pick mouse and key just because, I would just believe in, the growth of the game, eventually because of how much, variety or skill gap or potential mouse and key can like develop into, gameplay or, entertainment to watch.
So I'm going to throw another quick hypothetical at you. This one goes back to your teammates a little bit. Now, obviously, I don't want to step on too many toes here. This one might be a little controversial, but here's what I'm going to say. Now you're the CEO of TSM, no longer Apex. You got a new job. You're moving over. You got a new office. You're the CEO of TSM. And your team, you reps, have one teammate to fill it with. You got Verhulst, you got Alb, and you got Snipe. Who's the one guy you're rocking with forever? That's your guy. You're locking it down.
Verhulst, for sure. I think, like, my comment in the beginning of the video, he's the most passionate. I know it's corny or whatever, cringe to say. I've always said passion, but I think, like, Snipe he's on his own way. He's like 31 years old, bro. Like he's gonna eventually have to think about other things, like having a kid and shit like that. So like, if I can't log rock for him forever because he's gonna eventually die and I'm gonna be playing duo.
Damn.
So
bro, what the
like he's 30 years old, getting old, so like he's out of the question. And Mac is just, if I had a controller player compared to mouse and key, like, I think, Evans or Jordan's, or not Jordan, Mac's passion has been like wonky. Like, sometimes he wants to play, sometimes he doesn't, kind of just, however it goes. So I don't know. Like I said in the beginning, like his Evans like work ethic and passion, and he showed me like during the London LAN, I think it was during group stages, like he was showing me like he takes notes of like what he should be doing better or whatever, and that just like that made me happy because not even Jordan did that, and I've played with Jordan since the beginning, right? So like, and I've played with Snipe, I've played with Mac, and like etc. And I don't think anybody does that except Evan. And I just see that as just like, he wants it. Like he wants to win. He's into it, and I can't. You can't like teach or push somebody to do that. They can't just do it on his own. So I would have to pick Evan, 100%. Like there's no doubt.
I'm throwing one last hypothetical at you. You've been CEO of so many things at this point now. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm retired. I got everything I need. I need to pass the CEO ship to somebody else. Who else in the scene would you give the title of CEO?
What's your energy,
you're done?
sweet?
You're like, I'm stepping down. Who is it?
Sweet.
Oh man, I've been asked that question too on stream. It's just like I would love to give it to Jordan, but like he just doesn't. Like he doesn't stream like you see Finicky says no, like just like he is good, like he is CEO like performance level, but like when it comes to like streaming and stuff like that, he's just not the same. But it's just like it's so hard. I don't know. Like I think eventually if I retire, like maybe even Evan. Like if
That's what I was thinking you were gonna say.
By the time I retire, then Evan will be old enough. He'll understand. He might be more mature, like stuff like that. He's already mature. Like he's crazy mature compared to a lot of same age as him. So, like I don't like maybe Sweet, but at the same time, he's also the same boat as like Jordan. Like he streams whenever he wants, like whatever. His performance, like Sweet's performance is there, but like he doesn't like his work ethic is like wonky in my eyes. But I don't know. I hypothetical, obviously, like I could be wrong, but if I had to give it to somebody based off of just current things, it would probably be Evan, to be honest.
So when you were talking about how controller was so much easier to be consistent with, would you say that it's made your passionate, like consistent streaming that you do? Because I mean, when it comes to the NA pro scene, I would say lazy is a fair word to describe a lot of them. And you've tried to always separate yourself from that culture. And you've always been somebody who's been putting in the work consistently, no matter how bad the game gets. That Hal's going to be on there doing his best to get better. Has playing on controller made that grind easier?
In some, it's yes and no. Like, obviously, I'm not in a situation where, like, I die on mouse and key, and I'm like, oh, if I was on controller, I would have killed that guy. Or, like, I died to a controller player. I'm not, it's not, I'm on controller now, so it's like, I can't do that anymore. But, like, I don't know. The only issue with, like, controller, like, it's made it easier, but at the same time, it's also made it harder because it's just so boring. Like, when you get to as good as you could possibly be, you play controller and just like the same thing over and over. You pick up the same guns, you run at the guy and like as close as you can and try to one clip them. Like that's literally all you do. Like on mouse and key, you can shoot him from like 100 feet. I can shoot him from 2 feet. It's just game is a lot. It's 3-dimensional compared to controller. Just like 1-dimensional. So like there is times where I'm just like I'm getting bored.
Why am I becoming worse?
I'm about to just play mouse and key for a little bit so I could do something else, but. I know people like I do kind of agree that it's easier to play controller for like longer periods of time, but I was able to do that on mouse and key too. Like I don't know, I was fine with that. I think it just like I said, like the gameplay, like it gets boring like after a certain amount of time playing on controller. To be honest.
So I got 2 more, and then I got a final thing, and then okay. This is kind of a could go deep, could go very basic. It's fine. You choose whatever you want. But besides match point format, what is it about Apex Legends esports that you think is the reason why it's the best to play / watch? Or maybe you don't feel that way. But,
I think the Apex is like definitely the best BR competitively and even to watch. To be honest, like. You can compare it to Fortnite or...
I would not watch any other PR.
PUBG, I guess, still,
I would not. Warzone? Imagine watching Warzone competitively.
I don't know, like, PUBG is way too slow. Fortnite is just too much shit going on. Like, how do you even, like, cast Fortnite? Like, these guys, he's going up 20 floors, like, he's, like, how do you even watch Fortnite? Like, there's, like, 200 walls. So, I don't know, I think Apex is definitely like just way better to watch, just because of like the game is it's so much simpler than Fortnite to understand. Even if you're a new player, like it's easy to watch. Like, hey, there's a wall, like it's a wall, right? Like I made a cat wall, or there's a barrel, it does damage, right? Like stuff like that. So, like compared to Fortnite, just easier to watch. PUBG, like I said, is too slow. But I think Apex, like I said, is definitely the best VR out right now.
Holy fuck.
I've said in prior interviews, like the game or like the companies behind it, just they're not taking advantage of what they have like to the fullest. They're like trying to string it along so hard to the point where like eventually someone else might just come about and like just take over their opportunity, right? And I feel like that's the issue from like playing the game for 4 years. Is that their games like mechanics or their like ideas are good. They take too long to like put it together, right? Like one season is just one character, or it's one map, or fixing something, like it takes too long, right? So, but yeah, I think it's just because the game is the pace of the game is nice to watch. It's not too slow, it's not too fast, so you can't keep up. The game is simple compared to other BRs, and me playing it like it's just. The game is fun. We all like bitch about it, right? But I think it's just the rank. I think it's just a rank system. That's just like bad. Like it makes us like get agitated or whatever, right? So, but yeah, I think comp Apex is like the best part of Apex to play. Like I always want to play scrims. I always want to play comp. Like obviously there's moments like I get pissed off or whatever, but I do enjoy or love playing comp. It's just like it would be so hard for me to ever like step away from it, to be honest.
So something you briefly touched on was ranked and the rank system being bad. This is a question we've asked a lot of people, and it would be an absolute shame if we didn't ask you.
Yeah.
If you could make the rank system, any previous rank system, which one would it be and why? I already know your answer. But
yeah, you already know. You
gotta say it. You gotta say it though.
It's I don't even know what season it was. What season?
Season 13 split one.
13. Yeah, season 13 split
yes,
one.
We got
I
it,
was
boys.
battling against. I was battling against his Watson for number one. Like the shit was sick. Like I was, we were both averaging like crazy viewers. Like I get like 14,000 viewers now, or maybe even less, playing ranked. And back then, when we were playing that like rank system, I was getting like 20,000. It's so much more enjoyable because there's actually a competition. Like right now, or like all the other rank systems is just kind of like. And the guy's been playing for 24 hours. He'll take number one, whatever. Like who cares, right? So, but like that rank system season 13, like it was obviously more harsh and strict, but it was definitely. I don't know where I said this, but I think the biggest like mistake that Apex did was trying to create a very noob or casual friendly rank system since the beginning, because people are used to that, and as soon as you try to change that, people will leave. And if they always made the rank system since the beginning, like how it's supposed to be, strict or harsh, and like you're supposed to be in gold if you're gold or whatever it might be, then the changes will be like how people react to it will be way different, So, but yeah, I think season 13 split one, like it being more, I don't even remember like what it was, more like placement oriented.
Oh, it was so placement, bro. It was like if you don't even get KP unless you're top 5. Do you remember that? Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
it was
crazy.
Yeah, it was great. Like I had to actually try hard.
That's
like,
when I actually started playing this game.
Like if I was contested or whatever, like I wouldn't be just fuck it, let's just go push these guys, like whatever. Like, but back then I was like, well, no, we're running away. I'm gonna go loot this way. There's nobody landing there. Like there was actually It's also funny too, because I've also mentioned this. Like the rank system is so bad to the point where when the new map came out, Broken Moon, I literally told people like I'm not even playing the map. I'm just running around. Like I'm not holding a building and shooting people. I'm not holding a position on a hill and like gatekeeping. It's just straight up running around, taking a zip and just W king. There's no understanding of Broken Moon at all. Like people are just straight up running around. Obviously you take the zip around and you're playing the map, but I'm saying like when it comes to understanding the map and what positions are good and bad, like you should see like when I played a comp on Broken Moon, like it was a complete opposite vibe of ranked. That when I played comp, I was like, this map is so bad because you're trying to go up a hill through 2 chokes. Everyone can see you because there's just open, LOS. Like there's no mountains blocking people from shooting you. So I don't know, like the rank system. It needs to be realistic. It needs to be harsh. It needs to be more placement oriented. It needs to mimic more
consequences.
Yeah, and it needs to mimic more competitive. And it can't. It doesn't have. There shouldn't be a time race. It should be, or not a time race, but more of like, I guess technically a time race, like who
play
plays more.
much, like to play more. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, but who knows when that'll happen. I know that Respawn is just, or Apex devs, they're just here to make a change, because I know when they did make a change in season 13, like the more harsh rank, they were losing players.
What?
And as soon as they were losing players and they saw that, they were like, oh fuck, I gotta change it back. And that's why they changed it, after the split, like so fast. They never make a big change or make a change in the middle of the season.
Dude, I cannot
and that was
play
the
with
first
the
time they did it, because they were literally losing players.
Why is it lagging?
And they weren't willing to wait for a whole season to see what happened, if numbers would, even out or whatever. So they just took the easy way out. So yeah,
I think coming from a fellow noob, because you were talking about the noobs that were complaining about that rank system. I think a lot of the issues they had was with the harshness and like the anger that came from a game where maybe you got like 3 kills off rip, and then you would die and you got no points. But to me, I always felt like a ranked system is supposed to, like, if you're playing ranked, you're supposed to be upset. Like, if you're not doing well, if you're dying early, you're supposed to be upset. If you're not getting near the end. And I remember early on in Apex 2, they had, what was it called, like Apex Elite, where it was like top 5 and you would get placed
top
into...
5, you get kept going.
Yeah.
It's like a streak thing. I remember that.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I remember that too.
So I think a lot of, like... I think while there is a lot of noobs out there that were extremely upset with how that was going because they weren't getting the points they felt like they were deserved, I think there is a core group of people who miss the early days. Like, I remember playing Season 3 World's Edge and being like, you had passion. Like, there was actual frustration when you weren't doing well. And I think eventually the casuals like myself are going to come around and be like, okay, ranked, I had a good game. I just went up 700 points. That makes no sense. Like, it needs to go back to where it's like you're actually working for something. And the one thing you mentioned with you and his Watson was there was a real legitimate end game. These end games now, like, you'll go into a World's Edge match and it'll be like second circle. There's like 3 squads left. It's just messed up.
I played a ranked game earlier, and it was like Zone 3 Epicenter or Survey, and there was us and 3 other teams or 4 other teams. And not a single team was in the in the actual zone. Everybody was in the gas because they were all just fighting. Like, it was just so dumb. Like, yeah.
And I think that kind of translates into you talked a little bit about the state of Apex as far as the way you think they're kind of not utilizing something that's really good in front of them on the outside sources, right? Like what they're not doing as far as a company, and the state of Apex from there. I'd like to get your opinion on the state of Apex in-game right now. They obviously made some huge changes. They added the classes, lots of different things going on within the game. They made big changes. No legend this season as well. So it looks like they're trying to make big changes in-game. How do you feel like they've fared so far? I know it's been recent, but you've had some time to play it now.
Yeah, I didn't have plenty of time, to make like an opinion. I think the class thing is pretty cool. I playtested this right beforehand, so I knew it was like coming, and I had like feedback and I had ideas. I like where the game is heading. The only thing is just like I played Horizon on Catalyst now, so like I feel like the game is kind of boring. It's I feel like I'm going. If this makes sense, like I'm on controller, right? But now I'm also even playing in a meta where it's as boring as controller if I play too long, because like it's all one dimensional. Like the input is one dimensional. Now the characters are all just like practically one dimensional. Like I just open door, shoot, close the door, shoot. Like there's no. I'm queuing up. I'm beaming. I'm one clipping a guy, or I'm whatever. Like there's no. It's just one-dimensional gameplay right now, and it's like boring to me personally, because obviously I came from playing Horizon and Seer, or just playing Horizon.
Holy shit, it's actually pretty random.
Now playing Catalyst, but I know the only thing like right now I think the issue is that some classes are not as good as the other ones, and maybe they need to change like who can exactly hit beacon. Maybe I didn't really like think too much of it, but I know for sure because I know before the playtest, like I was telling them for the skirmisher, like the ones where they can scan like the packages, and then the one where actually I don't know if I can say about the assault one, but for the skirmisher one, my idea was like since they're a skirmisher and their like logo is like a looks like a movement speed thing, right? So I was like, why don't you just give all those characters base extra movement speed?
Wait, what?
Like literally give all those characters like Octane, Wraith, Pathfinder, Mirage, all of them 5% more movement speed, just default, compared to every other character. Like you scanning a package across the map, like no one cares. Like it's not as good as like hitting a map room scan or whatever it might be. Like you know obviously if you did that, the 5% movement speed, like it can create maybe busted movement tech like that you literally just cannot hit or whatever. Like and then it'll be just stupid, So like obviously they would have to play around with it, and it's like gimmicky, and it'll be kind of risky because it might break the game. Like imagine like Octane on 5% extra movement speed. Like how's a control player gonna hit that guy, right? So, but yeah, that was my idea for skirmisher. I just think like skirmisher and assault are just not on par, even with the Loba class too. Like Loba is like OP and ranked. That character in Newcastle, etc. Like those characters are just terrible in comp, and that's also an issue too. Like with ranked and comp, like the Catalyst is insane in comp, but that character is like useless in ranked. Like I can, me rotating with Cat and using her wall is just never happens in ranked in ranked because everyone's just dead. So it's just that's also an issue right now because like I feel like the ranked meta and the comp meta is a little different because of Loba being able to craft banners and people just run away compared to like how useless she is in comp. So yeah,
she is a vibe saver though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. It's so I played with Loba the other day and it was like literally an RP glitch. But like also playing against her is just so cringe because you kill like one of the Loba's teammates and the guy just insta runs. Like the guy didn't bother like trying to like do anything else. You just see the motherfucker like across the map.
You see the ring already going, bro.
Is gone.
Yeah, just like straight gone. Like one guy's dead and Loba's out of there just instantly, just no care. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think some of the classes are good, but like a skirmisher, the Loba class with Newcastle, and the assault one, they need to make it OP. Just like how they released Nemesis OP, they need to just make the character or make the classes OP and then tune it down and then go from there. Like if let the people have fun for a little bit. Fuck it, who cares if it's too crazy? Like Nemesis is OP, but the gun's like still enjoyable, right? Like it's not anything crazy. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you're hardcore sleeping on the assault class. For you to say that's one of the worst, bro. You get more ammo, and those bins.
Smart
I had
loot.
a prowler.
Yeah.
I got a purple heavy mag, purple laser, and a digi. Come on Bangalore.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna propose that my idea for assault compared to having like better loot was straight up like if you either. There was like a lot of discussion regarding this. So like either if you wiped a team, like the assault character wiped a team, or if you got like individual kills, there would be a certain amount of percentage returned back to your ultimate. But there was like discussion, it's a little too OP. But then I was like, you can kind of balance that. Like you can limit, if you squad wipe, you only get like 25% back or something like that. Like you don't want to make it like, but only you. There's a cap to it, but not the whole team gets it, but only you get it because you're the assault character, right? So it's like, I would understand why it would OP because like you kill a team and you go to the next one and you bang all them again, like but obviously you don't want to make it like that. So I don't know, but that was my idea. I like making things OP because every time when I think of something OP, like I think of old Raid, old Horizon. And like that's when I love playing the game. Like, and if you don't play those characters, you're not having fun, right? But that's how I enjoyed playing the game. I played like the OP characters, and that's how I had fun. OP guns, and yeah. So I'd rather have shit come out OP and then nerf it than it come out terrible and nobody uses it like ever. Like Loba nobody ever played Loba. Like her pick rate is just terrible since the beginning, and like even with Catalyst, like Catalyst pick rate has been terrible until like this class stuff. So that's how I see it.
So one thing that we had touched on earlier was we talked about your journey into comp and how you've gotten to the point where you are. But something that we didn't really talk too much about was your journey through streaming. And so you said that you actually didn't end up streaming until you were signed to TSM. And so what did that journey look like for you? Because I know that you had posted an opinion on streaming and about like focusing on their content versus focusing on when you're playing, and somebody had replied, "Oh, easy for you to say. You just turn on your stream and you get 10,000 viewers." And obviously, we all are aware enough to know that you simply just don't one day turn that button on and then it's just there, and that you've spent years and years and years to get to the point where you are. Can you give us like a little summary of what that looked like for you to get to where you're at now, where you're just casually cranking ranked in front of 15,000 people?
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't stream until I signed to TSM, and like I never wanted to stream in the first place. It was my dad's idea. So
wait, his dad told him to stream?
I was listening to my dad, but I was just playing Apex, so like I was like, whatever, cool, like I'll stream, why not? Like, you know, what do I lose, I guess. So I was just playing the game. Like I barely remember my beginning of the days of my streaming, to be completely honest with you. Like it's such a blur. But I know, like, I was just focusing on, since I was a competitive player at the time, I was just focusing on, you know, me playing my best, like being the best player I could possibly be. And that literally just kind of, you know, snowballed over time. Like,
I want to hear
people
this
recognized I was really good, so I started playing with the bigger streamers, like Lulu. Like, I played with Lulu a bunch in the beginning, and she also hosted me a bunch, so that helped. I don't really remember, like, other people, but I know Lulu helped me a bunch in the very beginning, and she was also big at the very beginning. But yeah, like I think like in terms of streaming, and I've said it on stream too, like you're either really good at what you do, like really good player at, you know, whatever game, to the point where like people learn from you, right? Or you're just entertaining, you know? So I kind of just took the route of like, I'm so good at the game that people just come to my stream to learn stuff. And that's just kind of how it went. I don't know how long it took for me to kind of like blow up, but I'm guessing like after Poland, like after winning X Games and then Poland, my stream just kind of like took off in a way. Like I started getting like, you know, a couple thousand viewers. But like I said, like it also, you know, helped me getting hosted by Lulu and other streamers that were bigger than me at the time, because they realized, you know, how, you know, good I was at the game. And, you know, I think Mac was also streaming, but I think Jordan still, like, he was kind of meh, you know, like, kind of how he is now, like, he streams whenever, blah, 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 but, like, people also understood, too, because I was also, like, playing Wraith, and I was playing, like, you know, Wraith characters, so I was, like, always making the plays and stuff like that, so I guess they kind of, like, catered more towards me, at the time, and I guess I don't know if I streamed more than Mac at the time in the beginning, but, yeah, I just played off of me playing, you know, me sticking to being very good at the game, and streaming was kind of like a side thing at the time, and it became a thing over time naturally, and now we're here, I guess. So, yeah.
All right, I got two more questions, and this one's going off Apex, but it might tie back in. And so, probably in the last 4 years, I think there's been one TV series, well, like show series that I've watched all the way through in its entirety, and that would be Peaky Blinders. And so you have had Thomas Shelby as your profile picture for basically as long as I can remember. Yeah. Can you give us a little insight to that decision and what type of inspiration or motivation that you get from that character at all? Or give us like a breakdown inside what your connection is.
Well, Peaky Blinders, first off, is just like one of the best shows ever, and I just go ahead.
No, I was saying so good. I was just yeah, totally agree.
It's so good. I just like, you know, I guess I don't know, I kind of want to be like the Thomas Shelby of like Apex, in the way of like more. It's had the same thing with like the CEO vibe. Like I run the show, I call the shots, people listen to me. But it's not like I'm just calling shots and I don't know what I'm talking about. Like the same way like Thomas Shelby, you know? like he ran like he was like a gangster or whatever. He had his own like group of people, stuff like that, and he made all the shots. And but he I don't know, that's just like basically the whole like idea behind it. Like I love the character that he plays. He's the actor is also really good. But like I said, it ties into the same thing with like the CEO vibe, just running the show, knowing what he's doing, and people just like following him type of thing, I guess. So yeah.
One of my favorite questions that I like to ask pretty much everybody when they're on the show, because we get the opportunity to interview people who are in like the top 1% of their field. And this was an interview that I know we were all really excited for because, at least in our eyes, you're basically like the Michael Jordan of Apex. And like, we mean that, like, this is like, you're like that guy. And so what is one piece of advice that you could give to somebody who wants to achieve that level of excellency in any area of their life? What would be your best piece of advice for those people who are trying to get to that like top 1% of the 1%?
I think it's like two things, but it can tie into one. I think you have to find something that you either, if you're passionate to something, you also enjoy it. So I don't know, like I've read like, or I've listened to like a bunch of like motivational videos and stuff like that. But there was like one thing that's kind of like stuck to me. Like a quote was like, if you don't want to look at what's on like what the price tag is, then you have to not be able to have to look at the time or the clock when you're working. So like, you have to find something as like, if you want to work and, achieve the top 1%, you really need to find something that you thoroughly enjoy and that you're just passionate about. Because like, you have to be able to get up and get on, still get on those days that you're just like, oh, I don't want to get up and I don't want to play. I just want to sit into my bed and do whatever, like the same thing with the gym, like if you can't separate yourselves from other people. Like if you do what everybody else does in type of way where, you just like slack just because you wake up on like the wrong side of the bed and you're too tired. And, like as long as you, like if you, I feel like if you find that passion and if you find what you thoroughly enjoy, and like I said, if you're literally, like you said this like so many times, everyone, it's a meme in the Apex community, but like just passion. Like you have to have passion for it, because if you just don't, then you'll be just like everybody else, right? Like, mediocre, and you can't like separate yourself from everybody else. Like I want to get on every single day because I have like responsibility, not just, just to put on a show on the stream, but financially with my family, my teammates, like all my teammates count on me, right? So it's just like, I don't know. Maybe I just had like built-in discipline, from, my dad being behind me and like having him as a guidance or like a mentor since Apex. But I really feel like to get to the top 1%, you have to really enjoy what you do, because if you don't enjoy what you do, and then you have one of those days, like I said earlier, if you're too tired and you don't feel like getting up, then you're just always going to be behind everybody else in a way, or behind somebody. So that's just how I see it. But at the same time, like, not everything that you enjoy is like also able to become like, you can't make a job out of it, if that makes sense. So it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah, not everybody, unfortunately, has like the ability to take their passion that they have and actually make a living from it.
Yeah.
Somebody may be passionate about, I don't know, I'm trying to think, garden hoses.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest.
Like making a garden. I don't know.
Yeah,
with the way that the internet is these days, I feel like you can basically do that with anything. I mean, there are like
that is true.
Like,
that is
dogs,
true.
And then they just start an Instagram page of them posting dogs that they enjoyed looking at, and then they grow these brands, and then they are, because they attract somebody's attention, they're then able to put in systems in place and able to like monetize that. So even with a garden, like if you were like, oh, I love gardening, you make gardening content, and then you come out with your own gardening brand, and then you already have people who are going to want to buy. Like, I just think that with the way things are, there's way more things that you could be passionate about that you can make like a living off of than there isn't.
But also to build off, on that, because I also like realize that even if I could also be passionate like about gardening, right? And I could just like plant garden or like plants or whatever, right? But like everyone else can do that. Like everyone else is planting gardens, like plants. Like how are you gonna separate yourself from other gardeners, right? So it's just like after you find what you're passionate about, then you also have to have like discipline of staying on top of it, but also figuring out how to separate yourself from everybody else. Like I can
within a niche.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could be passionate about gardening, but if I'm planting the same shit as everybody else, then like who wants to watch my shit, right? Or like if my background is like my backyard, who wants to watch that? Like you have to somehow find ways to just like think outside the box, and somehow like if it's like Apex. Like if I want to be the top 1%, I can't just simply just be Predator or make a stream or make a video. Oh, I got the Apex Pred. Like okay, there's 749 other Preds. They're probably watching number 1, right? That's why number 1 always gets more viewers, right? Just naturally on Twitch. So it's just like it's passionate about something, then you have the discipline, but also at the end of the day, like you have to be like crazy obsessive also of just like wanting to be like perfect, of like being the top, like just being number 1 in every field. It's kind of it's I don't know.
No, I'd heavily agree with that. You do have to have like a certain level of like crazy obsession where people who are like people who don't have that like crazy obsession, when they look at you and they look at the things that you're doing, they're like, you're crazy. I feel like if you don't have that certain level of craziness, you're not gonna get to where everybody wants to get to, because you're not gonna do the things that other people want to do.
Yeah, it's like the Kobe Bryant. Like Kobe Bryant was like, when you guys, I don't know if you guys watch NBA or like know who Kobe Bryant is, but like he was like he did that stuff, like waking up 5 a.m. or getting into the gym before everybody else type shit. Like he was that obsessive, and he obviously showed in his performances. Like Michael Jordan was the only guy that Michael Jordan thought Kobe Bryant was maybe the closest guy to him, right? And that was probably maybe due to Kobe Bryant's like obsession, right? So yeah, it's a combination of things. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's a lot of sacrifice too. Like when you have to get obsessed with something, like it's to the point where you have to give up other things like social life, family time, etc. So like I did that. So yeah.
So one thing that you just mentioned that basketball, but have you seen the Last Dance documentary like with Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, well, I think it's either episode 3 or episode 4. Jordan's like, at the very end, he's like talking about how, a lot of people gave him hate, either his teammates or like he pushed his teammates, and a lot of the outside eyes saw him and thought he was just like a villain, a monster. Like, yes, he was good at the game, but he didn't treat people correctly or whatever. And it reminded me a lot of you, where it's like, he was upset because people just didn't understand him and how much he just like wanted to win, and so he was willing to do whatever it took to win. And so that's what I thought about whenever I thought about you. And so yeah, have you ever felt that way? Maybe like from the outside looking in, like people don't really understand how maybe your mindset is when it comes to that.
It was funny. I watched The Last Dance, and I actually made a tweet about it. Like about The Last Dance and how I felt like I was very similar shoes, and I was comparing myself to Michael Jordan, and people kind of like clowned me about it because I was like, I play video games, I'm comparing myself to the GOAT of basketball or whatever in his documentary, and I there's been times where I like completely correlate or like relate to that, how Michael Jordan felt. He, like you said, like he was perceived as like a bad guy, and the villain, just an asshole or whatever, but he won. And I still to this day, I still, feel like I've perceived that, there's always comments like, oh, I hate watching these guys, or I hate watching Hal, but he always wins, so I got to give it to him, or whatever type of thing. So it's just like, there has been times where like, even in the Michael Jordan documentary, like he cries. Like I personally, like I've been, like I get moments in like my career where I'm just like sad, or maybe I've even cried. I don't remember, but like I I've spoken to my dad about it. Like, I don't want to be perceived as a bad guy, but I don't have a choice because that's how we win. So it's like I have to take that. You know, I have to be the bad guy. Someone has to be the bad guy. You know, my dad's always said that too, because it's kind of ironic because when his like parenting style, he's always been harsh or whatever on me, and he's always told me like someone's got to be the bad guy, right? He's got to be the dad. So and it kind of all went full circle for me to become the bad guy, kind of like on the team. So it was just ironic how that went, but I in my like in the beginning of the career, like winning or whatever, and me getting like hate or like how I talk to my teammates, like it did bother me. But like over time, I kind of just like accepted it because I think the feeling of winning has just kind of like overcome how I feel or being perceived because I know how I am. My girlfriend knows how I am. People, my teammates know who I am. Who I really am. Same with people I've met IRL, and that's all that matters. However people want to perceive me online is completely fine because that's just like only like a very small scope of my life or who I am. And if they want to take that as who I am, then that's fine, and I'll just keep winning, I guess.
So we're gonna try a new segment. I think this is cool. I think I want to call it double tap. It was either going to be full send or double tap. I think I'm going to go with double tap because it makes sense. But essentially, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ask you 5 rapid statements, and then you can only answer with one word to describe that statement. Okay?
Okay.
So it's all Apex related. So, for example, I would like an example would be charge rifle. You would say OP or something. Yeah, or something.
Asshole.
Yeah, like
asshole.
Yeah, right. So it's something like that. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 of those. You ready?
Okay.
All right, rapid. Number 1, World's Edge.
Best map.
Awesome.
Okay.
2, 30-30 repeater.
Decent.
Terrible.
What?
Number 3, aim assist.
OP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 4, Sweet Dreams.
Bad.
Overrated.
Wait, whoa, what?
Yes.
And then number 5.
What the fuck?
Overrated.
Huh?
Overrated.
Overrated? Okay.
Yes.
And then number 5, Apex Legends.
Best game.
That's 2 words, but the best.
There's 2 words, but you know what? We gotta accept it. We gotta accept it.
Yeah.
We gotta accept it. That's awesome, man. Well, listen. You guys have watched you guys have watched him stream. You guys have watched him win championships. I'm sure you guys have watched him on his Rage compilations as well, because I know I sure have, because they're awesome to watch. Imperial Hal, thank you for joining the show. This has been great. You broke another record. You're officially the longest interview we've ever had on this show. So you just keep stacking up trophies.
Bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's by a lot.
Not even close.
Hey, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. So
that's awesome to hear.
Good. No, we love to hear that for real. Because it's an absolute pleasure being able to have you on, and the fact that you enjoyed it as much as you seem to have. It's been
thank you guys for inviting me.
Yeah, and awesome. Like it truly has been awesome. And I usually like to end the interview with any pro we talk to by saying, next time we talk to you, hopefully you'll be raising the trophy. You're the one raising the trophy, so I don't even have to say that anymore. So congrats to you once again. Thank you for hopping on the show, Imperial Hal. It's been awesome. Thanks, bro.
No problem.
All right, once again, big shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, the CEO, Imperial Hal, for hopping on the show.
My dick is paining. I need to go to washroom. I've been holding it in for 1 hour. Oh fuck. That might have been the longest piss taken in a while. Holy fuck, that was actually heaven. Okay. So yeah. Prowler, practice, charge rifle, practice. I need to find more effective way of practicing charge rifle, dude. Should I just go on like pubs, no fill, take a charge rifle with the Loba, and just like camp all day and charge rifle people all around? Should I just do that? Or wait, I can just play control and get a care package in which there's a charge rifle and then practice all day long. I can do that. Practicing Nemesis, I can practice in control and stuff. Prowler also I can practice in control. Yeah. Like I'm thinking because I have R5, okay? I have R5 downloaded in my laptop. But the thing is that I don't know if I should play that. Like to improve my mechanics, I think I should just play control and stuff. I might be wrong though.
Here I go.
Oh. Like fighting, but see. Control is not that optimal because first of all it takes like 2 whole minutes to load into a game. Second, once you load in you have to travel like 1 mile away to get a fight. Third, once you die, it takes like, yeah, you have to respawn back. It takes 10 seconds to respawn and then you have to run again for 1 mile. And the thing is that you're not going to fight fair. Most of the times you'll be fighting like 2 people at once, 3 people at once. Sometimes you'll just get graybeard and the person near you will just shoot you. Like, it's not that fair. Okay? But it's still pretty good for practice. Or I can just practice 1v1s. But the thing is that by practicing 1v1s, I don't know. I think I can do that in control, to be honest. See, the only reason why I would use R5 is to practice my tracking skills with or flicking with R99 and Prowler, because I don't think there's any sniper training thing in R5. I don't think there is. So yeah, I just use R5 to practice my R99 and Prowler, all those stuff. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, let's go. I'm hopping on R5. See, I also need to work on my movement and stuff. I hope they don't copyright me to heart to heart. What the fuck? Wait,
pick it
Snipe
up.
Down.
I think Meat Lovers is kind of tending to be the position gameplay too, so it's really cool to see them Kidding, I was completely kidding.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a very, very exciting moment in Apex history. Listen, this is the inaugural Apex Legends After Hours post-game ALG.
LGS status and storylines after the match. Run solo queue. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to know their opinion on Run. Solo queue.
Solving that middle tier gap, giving people a chance to compete in a way that they haven't had a chance to compete before. And we all know for so many reasons how great it is, but I'd love to hear from your guys' perspective how things are going. Nocturnal, starting with you.
Unfortunately, I haven't played much
Apex
of them.
After Hours
I've
warm
played
up.
maybe like 7 or 8 games.
Okay.
I was so busy.
I'm not going to listen to the whole
I think
podcast, but I'm just going to listen to this and this
try
segment.
And develop them further and further. I don't personally like how Realm is handling itself with our scrims. It's kind of like they're kind of overlapping. They're kind of doing a hostile takeover. Even Tempo is showing it right now. Where it's like, holy fuck, I can't even get scrims going. It's a little frustrating as a pro player.
This is how I practice, by the way. I just put something in background and just practice all day long.
Like environment for pro players. Like pro players are valuing Realm way too much over just practicing with their teammates. Like they're simply like, oh my god, this is a shiny new solo queue, but they're not working with their teammates. They're not trying to grow as as a team or players. Like they're just playing with this new and shiny toy, but we're simply losing like a lot of team practice and a lot of overall practice as a region, and it's going to set us back, I think, monumentally.
Hal, would love to hear from you next. That's a perfect kickoff, man. A great kind of pros cons overview. Hal, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with that?
Wait, I need to.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I think Realm is like a great thing, like you said. It's like ranked is an absolute shit show right now, and it's actually pathetic how it is right now. But and I'm actually glad. Like if Realm wasn't a thing right now, like I think it'd be very hard for any streamer to be playing Apex right now, because they would be forced to play ranked. But I also think I believe that they are trying to purposely overlap with other things like scrims. I don't know why. They need to figure out scheduling with one another to balance the both. Like we already had issues with scrims, right? And I'm not trying to go into Realm or scrims now. And I have players like Klain from Native trying to play Realm because he's number 3 in overall leaderboard. So like you said, NA has always been ahead because of just multiple things. But we don't want to set ourselves back because we don't play as much in scrims.
We don't even have we're missing 2 weeks of scrims right now. Like after this week, like we're not having scrims anymore. Like Tempo's not hosting them.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know. I think people were planning on doing scrims just for the upcoming ALGS groups, something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah. Either way, there needs to be a better schedule and there needs to be a world where we could play both all of Realm and play scrims without intervening. We have 24 hours a day. If people have to fucking wake up to play Realm early in the morning, then fucking do it. If you want it, there's no other way around it. So it shouldn't be overlapping with the other shit because it's going to come to the point where tournaments are going to come into the same time space as Realm, and people are just going to start playing tournaments, and then Realm is going to start getting pissed off. So, not just for their sake, but for other people's sake, they need to cooperate with everybody.
The ecosystem.
Because so it'll work out for everyone. That's just how I see it. But yeah.
Great points. Those are really, really great points. I appreciate you guys, bringing those to light because I think it's super important that North America doesn't fall behind. We've been on top for how long now? I say we, the collective we. Still got pride as a Greek though in EMEA, but EMEA might surpass y'all because they're hustling, man. They're scrimming, they're hustling, they're hard workers, and APAC obviously can do the same. Eric, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with these guys, or you disagree?
I don't agree with your last take right there. I think NA will pretty much remain on top. I think we've had 4 or 5 lands at this point, and NA's been on top of every single one of them. Yeah. Besides,
it could change though. If you're not scrimming for 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row, I mean, it could change, man. If that continues,
it would take time. It wouldn't be something like that would happen.
It would take time. Yeah. We got 2 months. 2 months to land though. I mean, if this continues and we go down this path, and then you're not scrimming, and EMEA continues improving, Vex is looking solid. Fire Beavers, teams like Aurora can show up. I don't know. Anyways, that's another topic. So I'm going to continue though. You disagree with that topic, but continue your thoughts.
I mean, I watch other regions, so I'll watch EU scrim, and EU scrims happen after Realm as well. Correct? Correct me. But does their region stay disciplined in their scrims? Because their scrims don't look high quality either. So I don't know if this is just Realm goes on for too long. It obviously seems like Realm is trying to compete with just taking over the entire pro player market. They want everyone to stream their games. They want, the hype of Realm, 150K series, whatever it is like that. They have their own agenda. Obviously, they're a business. They want as many eyes on them as possible. I think, I don't know if it's just like the money involved in Apex is not high enough that pro players are going to always just go towards the big prize pool, the big shiny prize pool, which is, right now it's Realm. Right now it's this fun solo queue. Ranked is horrible. There's cheaters rampant everywhere. And it's just like, it's a way for them to play. I don't know if it's just going on too long, maybe Realm should be 4 hours and then we get our, 4 hour scrim block of scrims. But obviously, like, Realm is going to focus on Realm. They're not going to care about our pro scrims getting torched because we can't show up and do good quality. That's on the pro players. And we've had that issue ever since, I want to say, after the first year. I feel like the first year of Apex, and I remember some of the lobbies I was in with, like, I remember Yusuf got me into all the games, and those quality scrims when it was the Path, Watson, Wraith meta was the best quality scrims I've ever played in. And ever since then, it's just been been poor. But I don't know what the balance would be at the end of the day. So I don't know if we're just trying to figure that out still, but it's just feels kind of chalked at this point.
Well, the argument was more of like having, or like what's called Realm forcing players to choose whether or not they want to scrim or play Realm.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
I love playing Realm. I've really enjoyed playing Realm so far, but I've got like 20 games maybe in Realm because I took a week break, and you need like over a couple hundred to be able to qualify for the finals, which I don't even know. It's a couple months away, but it requires such a grind to be able, like, people need to play full days of Realm to be able to get this qualify and to get their elo up. So then they feel that they're not getting tanked by other teammates. So there is a requirement of what you have to put into Realm to stay, I guess, relevant and be able to make it to these big lobbies so you get better teammates. And that's a grind in itself. So, like, I'm kind of screwed already at this point when it comes to that.
Yep. Yeah, these are all fantastic points. I think I gotta agree with y'all. Obviously you guys really addressed an important topic, kind of brought to light an important topic that if we don't kind of fix it, and ultimately if Realm doesn't kind of play nice in the sandbox of the greater ecosystem, we get it. Look, they have investors, they have pressure to grow, and they're looking out for themselves. Eric, you very bluntly said it. Realm's gonna look out for themselves.
I'm not able to track
I think
him
if they
at all.
continue to do that, though, they will fail. And I agree. If we keep going down this path of just like competing with scrims and taking over and in hostile type of approach, I completely and wholeheartely agree. If they change their tune and decide to kind of play with
this is the hardest
work with leaders like
difficulty.
Tempo, I think it certainly could be healthy. I think we all agree that of that. Eric, Hal, and Nocturnal, and I know they're adding Team Q soon. There's things they can do with scrims. There's a lot of opportunity if they can kind of take a better community first approach. I think this is really important here. So it's a good topic. Really good info from that. I mentioned we're going to kind of move 5-10 minutes quickly through that topic, and unless anyone has any burning final thoughts on Realm.
Yo,
We nailed it.
We nailed it. I think that was great discussion, y'all. And hopefully this, we know Foss is always watching, is very active with the pros. So hopefully this is a good discussion and start some healthy debates on Twitter and our good old competitive Reddit subreddit. With that said, let's jump into our next topic here. It's a big one. Rambo and Dark Zero. Rambo's retirement in Dark Zero.
Okay.
Boys, I want the blunt, honest thoughts, opinions. On the whole.
To hear this thing.
On the after hours show, did you guys enjoy it? Do you think this is something that's going to help Apex? Nocturnal, start with you.
Thank you for hitting the hard truths of the scene and what we need to do better as a whole, realistically. And I think some people really need to just sit down and reevaluate what they're doing. And just thank you for being real, honestly.
Always. That's all we can do, man. Hal?
Yeah, I think it was a great time. I love doing these things, talking about Apex. That's nothing hard about that. So I'm always down to just chill and talk about things, especially, sharing the truth.
Yeah, always the truth. I love you guys gave a lot of hot takes and you just shared your raw, unfiltered opinions, which told like it is, which I really respect. And how people obviously love you, look up to you, but it's not often that they get like my job is to synthesize and pull as much information out of your brain and Nocturnal's brain and Snipe Down's brain, and you don't have a chance to do that on a formal basis. So something like this gives us a chance to do that, which I think is awesome content for people. So again, really appreciate you sharing a lot of your insights to everybody, and good debates, good discussion. Eric, let's wrap up with you, man. I know you and I have been working our asses off on this show with Bella, with Chrono, with everyone else the last couple of weeks. Any final thoughts on this show and the future for it?
Yeah, I'm happy that we got the audio issues fixed. I know this is our first week, so I hope you guys enjoyed this type of content. I'm very thankful for both Hal and Nocturnal for coming out to this. I know it was pretty last minute. Nocturnal just showed up literally today. We had a last minute change. He was like, yeah, I'm on. Another drop was going to show up on the show. We had Madness who was ready. So a lot of people in the Apex community, they want to be involved in this. And I think after Apex and ALGS days is perfect
Oh,
for
this
it
is
because a
a
lot of
wrap
times
up.
the comp scene is
I
really
thought
missing
they,
on just
I thought
behind
they
the
were
scenes
gonna talk
content or
about the warm
professional
up.
point of views.
Ah, okay, okay. Let me pull up something else. What was his name again? Hudson. No, 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 no. Hudson. Apex. Austin. Dick. Apex. No, bro, what was it? Hot sick. I think that was hot sick. Hot sick. Apex. There we go. Short rank sesh, nah. Randomize a bit, nah. Nah. Bro, where was the one where he coaches the pro players? Except coaches Rem. Yep, there we go.
However, you
Oh
have
my
to at least
God.
give an honest effort to win. How much you can learn. So that, like, for yourself, right? Like, obviously, I'm here. I'll help you with whatever games I see, but for your own personal growth, make sure to watch a little bit of as much as you can of your own games. Like, a lot of improving is the stuff you don't see behind the scenes of people. You know, you see people playing, but the shit behind the scenes you don't see is how much people watch their own gameplay and try to learn from it. So far it looks all right though.
Also, something I wanted to point out is I'm a nobody in the scene.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you play with like professional player, like I-tier and game leader and stuff, you I kind of struggle, and I kind of like sometimes I hesitate to like give extra information or like suggest plays.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I need to also work on that. That's not something you do like normally.
Yeah. And that's all you can do. A lot of people tell, obviously it's nerve-wracking playing with people you've probably looked up to for a bit, right? All of a sudden you're in a game with them and they're on your team.
So that's kind of not ideal.
First off,
Like Nasky.
Yeah, like Nasky. First off, if you guys aren't picking up those bats, there's 2 bats there. I would definitely drop the 2 cells. It's good that you're picking up more shield cells than most people would. I see a lot of people, they stick to the standard ranked shields. They'll go floor 8. In comp, especially if you're playing long range and you're trying to poke people, you definitely want to have a little bit more shields than you're normally comfortable running. I would say try to practice with the Prowler. I saw you had Charge Prowler, which is very good. Definitely better than Charge Flatline, especially because with Prowler you only really need 2 stacks of ammo. So that just kind of further helps your inventory. Flatline's a little rough with only 2 stacks of ammo. So definitely get used to the Prowler. It's just one of the meta guns. It's a gun that you should be familiar with, so start using it a lot more in pubs and stuff like that. Get good with it. But yeah, you should definitely be dropping those 2 cells and picking up those 2 bats if no one else is picking them up. It's obviously just more. It's just going to do more for you.
Also, like the shield economy is not this. I realize that I'm never popping cells when I'm playing Watson.
Yeah,
like most of the
yeah,
time
that's fine.
I will just sit on the gen and just slow heal the armor and sit on the back and not waste the cells.
Yeah, that's okay.
So it's also not like the same economy too.
Right, yeah, it's totally fine doing that. But yeah, when you're playing with more experienced players, all you can, like, and I tell this to I pretty much tell this to every Realm player so far that I've coached. You're not going to be able to probably, like, most of the calls you think are going to be good, to them are probably not. Or they're probably thinking, like, 5 steps ahead, right? They probably already have the whole game planned out for the most part, unless there's obviously, like, a weird ring flip. So, it doesn't hurt to give suggestive commands, or, like, potential, like, strategies that you see. Maybe you see, like, an opening. But one thing I will tell you is just make sure you're vocal. There's nothing more that experienced players hate about Realm than getting people that they don't know, which is fine. Most people don't care about that, but more so getting people that they don't know that are also quiet. It's really, it's just a really boring game.
Yeah,
just whatever you're doing, I just tell people to get in the habit of just calling like everything you're doing, at least early to mid game. Late game, you kind of need to focus up a little bit and listen more than talk. But early to mid game, you should be talking as, just calming everything. You hit someone, doesn't even matter how much damage, call their armor, just talk. Just get in the habit of talking a lot. But do more than calming just damage, right? Like help out, like, if somebody tells you, hey, like, if they call, even if they like call a play, right? And use something as simple as you saying, hey, yeah, that sounds good or something, right? Like even something as small as that is nice. Just get in the habit of just trying to say, just talk, right? We hate boring games that are just no one's talking but calming damage. First and foremost, at least. Linkster, thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate it.
By Linkster, and I had to play a game with him too.
Yeah? Did you guys win?
Yeah. No, we didn't. Oh, damn. That was really close.
Linkster, this takes me back several years ago. You probably don't remember it, but I think you actually rated me.
I want to go for this.
When I did like my one of like 3 Valorant streams. And I was like, I know that guy. He plays Overwatch.
Zik, is there a way you can maybe like do a share screen?
Oh yeah, no, I'm stupid. I always do that. I just completely forgot. That's my bad.
It's fine because I'm on your stream right now, but I can't listen to what the stream volume because it's gonna be an.
No, that's totally.
Don't worry.
That's totally my. Literally always do it. That's my bad.
It is.
Welcome, by the way. I am coaching Realm players, both EU and NA. If you have played games, or if you got cut from Realm and if you want any free coaching, now's your chance to get it from the best coach currently at the world, as per the results. I don't have a land win yet, though, so I need one of those. Anyways, exclamation point sign up if you want to be part of that. All right. Sorry, I have to do the whole little stream thing. But yeah, I mean, so far, like I said, you're doing everything just fine now. Other than like I said, I'd probably pick up those. I would definitely pick up those bats over.
Yeah, the loadout thing.
Yeah, your loadout generally is pretty alright. It's good that I see that you're prioritizing shields, which is in comp or just higher level play. You generally want to do that since you'll be poking a lot. Nice, good shots. So right there, immediately, I would be calling. Like I said, you don't want to just be calming damage. So there's 4 things I tell, and this is something I beat into my own team on the fucking regular. Every time I see them not doing it, I'll yell at them because it's just something you want to start doing in general. It'll help. This small little thing will help your IGL, whoever's IGLing you, so much. So you calm, and remember these 4. You calm damage, armor, character, and then the last thing I like to call behavior. Basically, what are they doing? Are they just sitting up top on shipfall? Are they in a corner? Are they running in the open, left to right to left? Like.
And again, they're using stuff.
Calm all 4 of those things, because even though, like, obviously, right here, like, nothing is gonna happen off your damage, right? Like, you're not gonna run out in the open and just fucking push them, but it gets you in the habit of doing that every time you do it, and especially if you're playing with IGLs, like, and you're playing really good if you were playing with like Hawkes, for example. And and every time you did damage, and you calmed accurate numbers, you didn't just say, oh, he's one shot, Every time if you do damage, calm accurate numbers, and like kind of like a location and armor and all that stuff, character matters too. There's a lot of times just that, like, getting that information will help IGL so much on calling a play that maybe they didn't see. Like, maybe they didn't plan on pushing a team, but the amount of damage you're doing to them, or like, maybe you say you shoot like a seer kind of like crossing in the open,
Yeah, I think.
It's a lot different. Like, obviously when you shoot a seer, right, that is like the most killable character in the game at the moment because, they have no mobility. They have nothing to get them out, nothing to protect them. So it's a lot like, say there's a seer crossing in the open, right? Calling that, like, hitting them like 90 cracked, like just saying, oh, I cracked him is a lot different than 90 cracked on the seer out in the open. Like running right to left or something, right? That's instantly going to help your team. First off, definitely like ping it as soon as you do it. Second, it's going to help your team instantly look and be able to potentially find a kill. You'll be surprised how many kills you'll pick up just by calming like a little couple extra facts. So get in the habit of doing that just about every time. Even if like right here it does not matter, but I want to see you do. I want to see you do it because it will get you in. It will keep you in the habit of doing it. Yeah, exactly. When I see my team being lazy on it, you better believe I call them out on it because I don't want them to be getting lazy on things.
Nah, I'm playing with a friend that made me die so much by saying 1 HP. The 1 HP that made me die.
Yeah, like right there, I'd be calling armors. You're not calling armors.
Oh, 84 flush.
Yeah.
Are you guys lagging or is it just
yeah, that's a service fucking dog shit. We hate Apex Legend.
Yeah, that one, like I said, you don't have to be giving comms. You don't have to like tell your IGL what you think the right play is. Even you don't have to think of a right play. But as long as you're constantly conveying a stream of information,
yeah.
Like you'd be surprised how much that shit helps. Like I said, I haven't played Realm actually since last Thursday. But when I played, like the number one thing I hated is when people were just quiet and just calming damage.
I've seen a little bit of your coaching, your last coaching VOD, and purple, blue. You said that.
Yeah, you'll notice a lot of the inexperienced players. I'm repeating the same things. It's wild that like I didn't know myself. See, that's good. I would ping it too. Get in the habit of ping. I don't know what your ping button is on. Because I notice you don't have a ping appear at all. You're not pinging, especially if you're charge rifling. That shit is easy. You're not moving a lot. You don't have to move. So always ping what you're shooting at, especially if there's a kill. You know, and you can
it right now. I think.
Well, right now, but that's. You should be doing when you're reloading. You should be doing it when you're shooting them.
He's dead right now.
Like this looks much different. This would be much different now. Yeah. If you see something like this, you start spam pinging it, going, "We can kill Watson here. We can kill this. Look at this. Look at this." You know, something like that, right? Don't be like every player knows when they're potentially about to kill an enemy, right? You don't have to be experienced really to know. At this level, right? You don't have to be like pro level experience to know when you can possibly kill someone crossing out in the open. So
yeah, right now, for example, this Watson just
if your team is chilling, you guys aren't doing anything, don't be afraid to start. You should start spam pinging while you're fighting. Like you see a Watson and Seer crossing in this open, you should be instantly pinging that shit. Like kills right here, kills right here. Look at this, look at this. Like that's free kills right there. So small stuff like that can easily not only make the game easier for your team, but also just start to give you more kill participation. You know, again, don't just whatever you do, just do not fall in the trap. Do not just fall in the trap of just calling damage. It helps, honestly, helps no one. I could look at the top right and see that you're doing damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh damn! Give it. Shoes.
I don't think so. Yeah, maybe a little bit more rampart, but I don't think so.
Oh my god. I think I'm done with practice, dude. Holy shit.
I mean, good shot so far. I mean, I know it's just charge rifle, but...
Okay. I just want to turn off my brain and just see things.
Sometimes 3.
Okay.
Oh, they crafting, bro.
Come on, shower me with your knowledge.
Last Pro League.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching you.
I mean, it's funny that people complain about it so much, and it's like out of nowhere. Like obviously it's a cheesy gun and like it's not fucking balanced, but like
it's a season 4 game too.
Yeah. Every LAN people use the shit out of the charge rifle, but for some reason when they're online they forget about it.
Yo, you will see a shit ton of charge rifle in Realm for some reason.
That's because people. Well, a lot of it is because people, and this.
Oh, okay. Like practicing too much is also not good. It feels like I'm becoming worse and worse the more I do it. I think just a little bit is fine. Then I'll take a break and afterwards, I think that's it for today, to be honest. Yeah. I think I'll play like few control matches, then I'll be off. After this
is one
match.
Thing I hate about stat
I mean,
tracking
after
a lot
this
is
explanation, I guess.
Everybody.
Oh yeah.
It is a really good gun to use. One of the best guns in the game.
What the fuck?
Most people are using it to pad their stats. They want to get their average damage up. They want to get their kill, and obviously like kills too. Like it is really good for kills as well, but it's mainly stat padding, I think, for most people. But it is actually like a really obviously a good gun to use.
Just go back up, okay? He'll cells and they go back up as well. My bad.
The series of charges crack on this side now.
Yeah.
That double
I should go back and look at that.
Can't. There's a team on the cannon.
I think he went to loot the Watson in the open as a pathfinder.
Okay, smoke and dress. I'm free.
Okay, right here I would not be batting. Obviously I know you're like a little low, but your teammate is down. You saw like triple charges up here. You need to be shooting for him as much as possible. He called the smoke res. That team is not gonna look at you. Obviously someone like, you know, behind might run up or something, sure. But you need to do whatever you can to make sure that your teammate stays up here. Obviously he gets up anyway, but it's insanely good practice that you are constantly looking for your teammate while you're trying to get them up, because if you like, let's say you're looking for him, right? Let's say you're shooting here and like you're standing over here and then you're shooting this way, right? Let's say somebody walks up on you behind and kills you anyway. And let's say that you're like, let's pretend like the path didn't even get up. It doesn't matter because the path, you could get the path up anyway. Like your game's chalked anyways. So
I think right now that's just a really bad habit of playing Northfield or solo queue ranked where I value my life much more than my teammates.
Yeah, it's definitely like you definitely want to value your life, but not over anyone else's. All of your lives in Realm, in higher level Apex, share the same value. If you lose one person, the game's over. Yeah. So and you need to start treating it that way.
The series of charges crack on this side now.
But yeah.
That was, bro, I'm low on ammo.
I'd be if I see that again. If I'm here, I'm hardcore. Like I'm just.
Smoke and dress.
I would probably reload here because obviously you don't see anyone. But I'm chilling behind this car, jiggle peeking, making sure that they cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Because also like the spot that they're in is not a spot they can hold very long, right? This is not a spot you can hold early. So I like, you know. This is more of an experience thing, but I know like I'm shooting them because I know they can't commit to peeking this too long. So, but that's more like an experience thing. But you want to start thinking. I was gonna say you want to start thinking about, you know, every team that's shooting at you in comp. You want to start thinking about like the spot they're playing to. Is it a good spot? Are they able to get shit on? You know, you want to start thinking about all of that. You always want to put yourself in the shoes of everybody around you, and then try to see the game from their perspective, right? Because I'm sure, you know, if you played ranked, you know that hill is not holdable really.
Yes, I mean.
So if anybody wants to do anything up there, they have to. They have very little time to do it until everybody starts shooting at them.
Yeah. The only cover is the cannon, so they can't do really much.
Yeah, but even that's pinchable. It's not, you know, ultimate free cover.
Bro, they fighting here. Maybe you can loot the box now.
See, that's a good comp.
I think I'll go and look.
Even though you might be moving, but
you stay here, okay?
The Watson here. Yeah, maybe.
But stuff like that is actually good to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, let's go, bro.
So right now you're doing your job. You're seer. You're just playing. I would like maybe look back every now and then. Not right now, but like probably like look back every now and then. Just make sure, you know, nobody has really been watching the back. If you guys get run up on here, it wouldn't really surprise me.
I love the Pathfinder pick, for real.
I agree. I also actually really like Pathfinder a lot.
Yeah.
I try to get my team to run Pathfinder, but Knock is a stubborn old bitch. I genuinely think Pathfinder from Cascades could be so good.
If you smoke a window, oh shit.
But Knock, like I said, Knock is a little bitch.
Look at them with sharp. No, Bassy is just really good.
Also calling someone old. Knock is 28. You call me old, you better be calling him old too.
Zipline are a really good rotation tool.
Knock is not a young boy.
I don't think it's even as dangerous as a Valkyrie, since everyone.
I didn't know that. Yeah, probably because he acts like he's fucking 10. That's probably why. Just like no one knew for a while. No one knew how old I was. They just thought I was old because of the way I acted, which is fair. I'd say I'm an old soul.
Bro,
I was born in the wrong generation.
Go, bro.
You're old as shit. Bantito and/or Sixorl, however the fuck you say either of your names. You're literally like mid-30s and you still buy like anime outfits.
I probably take.
It's time to grow up.
With 2x4.
You can take a rest here. I have 84 back. I don't know. You can grab the one on the floor. That's your 9.
You can't just hide behind the facade of calling it streetwear. Not everyone can pull it off. That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking for you.
I just cracked the guy. I mean, he's just running away.
No, you good.
I'm being
You
shot.
good.
I'm being shot. Yeah, he took the gun. He took the gun.
Oh yeah, loyal. I mean, I've been to college. I used to be a financial advisor. I've worked professionally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
You know, I've been around the block a little bit.
No, I'm finishing.
Don't die.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, nothing crazy here. I'm gonna speed up a tiny bit here. All right, so now you have.
Oh, spread it up. That's why it looks so fast. I was wondering why his movement was like, oh shit, his movement is insane. But no, it's just fast. Didn't realize it.
Where are they shooting from?
Signed with an agent?
Oh, good call.
No, dude, your life literally does not start it. I mean, everyone's different, but like, dude, my life didn't start until quite literally Apex, which is when I was 27.
Wait, how old is he now?
Until then, I was working shit. I was just miserable.
Oh, I
and
mean,
unhappy.
okay, 27, so it must be at least at max 30.
Just student loan debt.
31.
Now I'm thriving, vibing, moisturized. Not really. I should be. Hydrated, well fed. We're chilling. Yeah, I still have to do my taxes. Once I do my taxes, I'm just lump sum paying the rest of my loans off. I still owe like fucking 30,000. But, and that's gonna be such a bittersweet feeling.
Pass is also much more an MN big than Valk too.
Yeah. I mean, so far you're doing pretty alright. You're watching exactly what you need to. Everything's okay here. Nothing bad.
The bank team won the fight. Oh, okay, this okay. You call this one close cannon, okay, Sanya? So we
Yeah, I mean that's cannon out of the zone. That's why I didn't say anything.
You want me to position myself?
Yes. It's fine.
I can give you a heavy, Sanya, if you want.
Yeah, I could use some. I'm dropping 4 cells. They have alcohol team.
Take a stack.
4 cells.
That's my sec. I have flatline secondary, so I'm just gonna shoot that.
You're fighting here as well.
Oh, I need to
But we have a team
here.
here.
I'm also really bad at shooting like
Can you check the finish?
people in the air. He died. Did he?
Yeah.
That's really
Nice,
hard.
It's for the later, okay?
It's yeah. I mean, it's definitely takes a little bit of practice.
Oh shit.
People don't care to do it as much in rank. They just see a Valco and they're like, oh, they're Valcoing over.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit. In those kind of lobby, like everyone's looking, and the tiny shot can matter and make you have the KP on it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. This is where you start to definitely be. I would stop chugging batteries as much as you are. You have 9 cells. Definitely want to use them a little bit.
This is bank here.
Okay.
Especially because, you know, you just hear, like, you really want to save bats until
games.
Yeah, until you're in a fight and need it, because like 9 cells, like you aren't popping cells mostly in a fight generally. Obviously, like I don't need to really tell you that, but it matters so much more in comp than it does in any other version of the game. So definitely save your bats, especially if you have 9 cells. No one's gonna be mad at you. Like obviously, what you're doing the charge rifle job, right? You're gonna be taking damage, but you're also doing damage. You're making sure people fuck off. You're doing what you're supposed to. No one's gonna be mad at you if you're like, oh, I have no more cells, but I have like 4 batteries, right? They'll drop batteries for you, or sorry, they'll drop cells for you.
I think right now I have 2 bats, so I thought it was more efficient to be healthy, looking for this potential third party than wasting all my game popping cells on my right.
I mean, there's no third party here. Right here, there's absolutely no third. There's
like
right
2 teams underneath.
Right, but do you hear anything happening?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. You're like I get you're right in the sense that when things are happening, obviously you don't want to be sitting there popping cells. You definitely want to pop a bat and get into it. But right now, nothing is happening, so you don't need to do that.
So right now you would say that it's better for me to put 5 cells.
This bat is okay. It's the next one that's bad, I think.
Oh, okay. Because I have 2 slots of shield. Bro, these guys annoying me. Shouldn't we fight that? Close here.
Because even if you don't have to heal it a full, honestly, even if you only pop 2 cells here, you're still at purple armor, right? Like you're still really good. You're popping bats when your team's. I mean, you also don't know like your team's shield count as well. Like your bang set. You said you think you have 2.
Like behind the smoke. On this side. She's
you should be.
You want me to hold the fence?
No.
Low on the Watson.
Almost not to under. If you can.
I was gonna say you should be probably if you have 2 bats, you should have dropped 1 back there for your bang because he doesn't have any.
I don't know if they killed this bang.
They like, but see, like I know you don't like it's hindsight, but like there is, I would still be popping cells here, honestly. And the reason is because there isn't hard fighting. If the fighting starts instantly, that doesn't mean you need to be a part of it. You can just wait until you can wait. Like fights in comp don't end that fast. They're not like ranked fights, right? There's usually trades. They're not free. It's very rarely just a hard 3-0, especially when other teams are looking. So like when you drop here, wait, like it's okay to wait for fights to happen a little bit more, like things to happen more. Especially if Sonya's like, if you see Sonya playing safe, especially on path, like you're chilling. You don't need to do anything. Like just pop cells. You definitely have so much time here. There's no actual fight going on. There's a potential fight about to happen, but there's no fight going on yet. So definitely, like I said, even if they start hard fighting and you're just sitting there popping cells, that's still fine. You don't want to get involved in the fight until they're hard trading anyway.
This is bank here. Like behind the smoke. On this side. She's 16. She's dying.
You want me to hold the...
I'm only saying because, like, dude, shield economy matters so much. I feel like I probably don't even need to tell you, but most people don't realize how inefficient they are. Not only with their shield heals, with how much damage they're taking and how much they're not helping their teammates with it either. So, like, for example, the Bang said... You heard the Bang say that he has no bat, so you drop him 1. Doesn't even matter if it'll leave you at 1.
I don't know if they killed this bang.
You have any seals?
No, they didn't.
Oh, 3 cells. 3 cells left.
Okay.
Like your bang is obviously suffering. Even Sonya said, "I only have cells." I mean, I know he has gold, but you know, you're sitting over there chugging bats like it's nothing. When your team really needs them. This bat is okay.
They have nades?
They have a gen.
Because you're obviously you're playing a hard angle and you're trying to make them very uncomfortable. That bat is okay.
Play together, okay?
Oh, that's my last bat. Fuck.
Yeah. So even you know you're popping too much.
At least I realize, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You always got to keep that in account. Always think about that.
Yeah. They're getting.
What about this? Like 3 jump lines.
One thing, especially, I'm sure you probably heard if you watched my VOD from last week, is, you know, every play requires economy. Every play, there's a cost to every play, so you need to be very cognizant. You need to be very cognizant of what you're spending. Ammo obviously is not a big deal. Too much to spend, to a certain degree.
I'm stunned by the Bengals.
Me. Cracked the bank.
Okay.
Here.
Very late on the Cyril.
Fuck, bro. No, sorry.
Very late on the Cyril. Let's go back to where I was thinking probably should use it. You never. So a lot of comp here. Let's back it up. A lot of comp and high level Apex, it can really be dumbed down to. Rep said this to me a long time ago, very long time ago, and I just like it's still true to this day. Especially if you're playing a lot like zone and just kind of like poking people away. Comp is just rotate for like the first 3 or 4 zones, and then you have one hard fight in front of you, one big hard fight, and once you win that, you're in end game. And that's all a lot of comp. That's like the really easy way to boil comp down to one little formula. And this is that one hard fight. There is no wasted serial. If you get KP, I mean, there is obviously, but like I want you to get in the mindset when you're in this position that there is no wasted serial. The faster you throw your serial down, again, keep in mind there obviously are sometimes you don't want to just eat it out instantly. But the faster you throw your serial down, the more your team is going to be able to react and play accordingly, and the faster that teams will fuck off if they have to, or at least like make an awkward push if they need to, right? There's this serial, you hold on to this for way too long. This is that one hard fight for you guys. It's not even that hard of a fight. You're for the most part gatekeeping. You getting stunned here kind of sucks. That definitely could be avoidable, but as soon as you're in this position, like you aren't doing anything. You're dazed. You can't see anything because of smoke anyway. throw that zero, yeet that bitch out there. If it dies, whatever. It's you couldn't see the entire fight. You didn't know where a good spot would be. But even if it dies, it's kind of like it can also be like a horizontal where like even if it dies, your team can it can buy you time, and your team can trade that damage too, right? Because that's one less. If one or two people are shooting your Cyril, that's one or two people that aren't shooting your team. So you want to make sure you're just throwing it out there. You should never start losing a fight or start losing people on your team with your Cyril just in your pocket. That shit needs to be out there.
Yeah.
Especially with all this smoke. I know a lot of it's probably Akuma's, but like I'd be eating that shit like hard like over here like seconds ago. You know what I mean? Even if you throw it and all you do is clean up like a bunch of people who are like 5 health, it doesn't matter. You've secured your rotate. Look, it's top 5. That's eventually ultimately this is 2 teams. That's the top 3 right there. And you just got picked up like three kills, right? Absolutely. If you secure that one big rotate for you, then you're just going to get into endgame. Like I said, you might not even pick up any kills off of it. You might not even end up needing it, but at least you know your team is safe. Right? And then you could look for ultic cells that are close to like that guy. Everyone carries ultic cells in comp, right? They're not hard to find. You see, like you also have like this is just so. This is why I tell people, and do not take offense to this because this is how we get better. But this is why I tell people, like, people think Seer's. I don't think Seer's a hard character, but this is why I'm not opposed to like Seer as much as some people. It's because you can play a bad Seer. This is a bad Seer play, right? You never ever want to like have your team start dying and you haven't even used any of your ults, especially on that one hard rotate. So, again, if you're nervous about messing up with Seer ult, which I'm guessing is probably why you didn't throw it, you don't want to waste it. I'm going to tell you right now, as somebody who doesn't have confidence or experience, you should just be going into it with a fuck it attitude, which might sound horrible, but just hear me out. Let me cook, all right? When you don't have a lot of experience in a game like Apex, when you don't have a lot of experience in a game like Valorant, a lot of it's you could literally just learn strats, right? You could learn strats and try to like practice executing them with like a team and stuff like that, right? And you'll be better off than most teams that don't do anything. At Apex, experience comes from there are no 2 same games. You're never in the same situation more than once, right? Ever. Like literally ever. You might be in the same exact fight, but you might have different armors, you might have different attachments, different characters, different guns. There's just so many variables.
And the same team in front and the same character. It's always
it's always different. So the only way we can possibly learn about what is good and what is not is having repeated the simulation a million times, failing a lot, but learning from it. Do not be afraid to do things that you might think are bad, like throwing out what you might think here is an early Cyril. The worst that can happen is it gets shot out, you guys die, oh well. But you are never going to make the right play until you make the bad play a million times. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As somebody with no experience, it's just something that you have to go through. It's going to feel bad. Obviously, you don't want to fuck up in front of people you look up to, but
that's something even I do. I just don't use my Horizon art, or I just don't use my Seer art.
When you think do not hold your abilities back. It's ability legends at this level. Just yeet that shit out there. Like I said, worst case happens, they shoot it out, you guys die, you go next, you lose a game. But at least you learn from it. That is how everybody who is at the top level, that is how they've learned how to use abilities so well. Because they failed a million fucking times. And then eventually you build upon what you end up failing a million times, and you know what you can't do, and that starts to shape knowing what you can do. We're not.
Okay, was that it? I think that was it.
Probably still throw a better ult, just because they.
Okay, I'm gonna play control now. Just few matches of control, and then I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, enough practice for today. I didn't even practice that much. Thought of doing it more, but never mind. No. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm only going to practice like 4 or 5 weapons. What was that again? Gun. Sure, why not? So yeah, only these weapons. I'm only going to practice these weapons. Charge rifle, flatline, nemesis, R99 prowler. Only 5 of those. Car, Volt, PK, I don't think I need to practice. I'm pretty decent at those. Like, yeah, I'm pretty decent at those 3 weapons. I just need to practice these 5. Need some game music, dude. There.
Enemies here.
You died? I have to get up. Look at this. I mean, look at... Dude.
Double timing it.
I should have just hip fired. Okay, that was my mistake. I should have just hip fired, dude. Again, I need to be focused. I'm panicking. Don't panic, just focus. Yikes. Huh?
Give my shields a recharge.
Okay, I just need to get in. Yo, where are the enemies? Hello? No, I tried to do the fucking thing. Oh my god. I need to play with my team, dude. I don't know what my team is even doing. Okay, Pathfinder, we gotta go, dude. Pathfinder? Come on. Work together, okay? Shoot. We shoot the same enemy one time and he just dies. That's all we have to do.
Setting up a zipline.
Okay, good job. Let's go. Third party that shit. Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay. Is that Nemesis guy still there, dude? Yo, someone's coming up. Where did he go? Bro, what? Oh my god. Okay, dude. Dude, we need to fight together. If you want to kill them, we need to fight together, okay? Okay, I don't know how to climb up. We just...
Recharging shields. Killing and drilling.
Come on in. Old Painless is waiting.
Okay, let's go kill him. Nice. Of course, there's someone behind me. Dude, I don't want to play with these guns, man. I practice literally the whole stream. I practice R99. I get L star, dude, bro. Yeah, this. Okay. Wait until I get like team deathmatch or control. And gun run is the most like fucked up thing in this game, dude. This is so bad. Okay, Mad Mikey, where do you want to go? Like, put the... Okay.
Give me a sec. Recharging shields.
Okay, this stiff fire absolutely sucks ass. What? Why does L-Star have a shotgun crosshair? I don't get that. I actually don't get that. It's gun run again, dude. Fuck it. I'm gonna play pubs for a second. I don't know. Sure, why not? Okay, I need some hype-up music, dude. $91. Need 9 more.
Clips are what cities use in their hair. This is called a magazine.
Time to win and stay alive. Make sure your bullets hit them. Now make sure there's no confusion.
Yeah, we get it. Can you continue, please? Hello? Bro, it takes like 2 whole minutes to get into a game. Let's go there.
The jets, we're dropping hot. It's repositioned. Never mind.
One team is coming with us. Fuck. Okay. Damn. Ah! I'm coming to you. Oh, okay, dude. Alright. Open the door!
Give my shield a recharge.
I have no ammo. Holy fuck. Of course he's there.
Give my shield a recharge.
Bro, this is a fucking clown fiesta, dude. What the? Do you have some energy ammo, dude?
Repairing my damages.
Okay. Fuck. So. Yeah. Let them come in. Don't worry. Let them come in. How much work did I even do that match? Okay. You know what? I did pretty decent. Finally, control. Finally, I can practice my guns. Thank you.
Rock up. It's time to move out.
Fly fighter. The end is decided. Trust it. Pick me, I'm so bored.
Okay, R99. Alright, finally. Oh my god. Yeah, they have. I just go in. Can I use bat? Hello?
Give my shield a recharge. Heads up. Dropping the pain.
Oh my god, that EMP was so bad! Don't worry, Bloodhound, I got you. No, Bloodhound! Okay, I have to run all that. That's what I hate about control. I have to run so much just to get a fight. I'm dead. I'm coming. I think yeah, I should not go there. Why does it take so much time to smoke? Bro, I hate Bangalore so much. I'm dead. Okay. We go in. Let's go. Bro, are you listening? I thought I was Bloodhound, sorry. Enemy Bangalore. Why is everybody looking at me? Okay. I know you want to climb up. Bro, fucking Bangalore alternator cheese, dude. Fucking play. Oh my god. Who would practice an alternator? Bitch, use a real gun instead of fucking digital alternator, dude. The only reason he's using alternator because he has a fucking bag of smoke in his ass. Dude. Okay, I'm coming back. Oh my god, I'm gonna snipe you down so hard. Come on, peek. Where the fuck did he go? Okay. I mean, yeah. I need to play with my team. I'm coming. I'm in. Good job. Bro, focus front. Bro, front, guys, hello. Okay, dude, you guys need to come in. Oh, what the fuck? I'm like 1v5ing the whole team. Literally not even single teammate was looking at that angle. Not even single, even though I was with like 3 other teammates. You're on Warframe? No, I'm not on more. Okay, wait. Crypto EMP coming from that direction, I think. Yep. I don't know why did I pick that angle. I shouldn't have done that while my teammates were healing. Yeah, that was actually dumb. I knew this as soon as I peeked out, the team in the the gas in the fucking center would shoot me. Are you guys looking at that? Bro, what? Did you fix the program? Okay, coming in. Someone down, huh? Oh, just shoot him down, motherfucker. Just shoot him down. You bitch. Just shoot the raid down, man. Okay. Yeah, we could. Ah! What was that? I'm pretty sure my Octane didn't even get...
Getting my shield to recharge.
What the fuck? Oh my god, there was no ammo! No, I'm not on Warframe.
Give my shield a recharge. Give my shield a recharge. Just got neutralized. Give me a sec. Recharge your shield. Give me a sec. Recharge your shield.
The championship is ours.
Nothing like cold steel on a hot day.
Okay. Oh, come on. Focus. Picture perfect. Your aim should be perfect. Of course, my team does nothing.
Give me a sec. Recharge your shield.
We just died. Bro! Like what? So fucking annoying, dude. Okay, dude, Pathfinder, what the heck are you doing? Pathfinder!
You don't know where my creator is, do you?
Like, bro, none of my team is there. Like, bitch, are all 5 of you like on the other side of the map? Not even one is with me. Oh my god, he's... Okay. So, man. Of course, there's someone behind me. Bro, like, what is up with my team? It's, bro, I'm always dying from like 2 players, 3 players. But dude, it feels like my team is not even fighting anybody. Okay. Yeah, like all 4 of them. All 4 of them is on me. Half of my team is just AFK and these. Dude. I did literally fucking... Shut the fuck up, bro. Okay. So at least kill someone, bro. At least kill someone. All of them pushed you and you were able to kill no one. It's so bad how my team plays. It's so bad. And this guy is looting the care package. That guy is 1v1ing and still losing. Okay, dude. Actually, yeah, sure. And I come in and it's somehow there's like already 2 or 3 people.
If the fence gets crossed, we'll know.
If the fence gets crossed. Bro, what is that fence? No one's gonna go through that, bitch. Nobody will go through that. Of course they fucking shoot my ass. Of course they shoot my ass. Of course there's someone ahead of me. Dude, they are like everywhere. 10 kills, 10 kills, 7 kills. Bro, it's not even the kills. At least do some damage, bitch. But no. Like, I am on top of 3 people, 4 people. Where is my team?
Give me a sec. Recharging shields.
Okay, dude. I'm going to use the Kraber. I don't give a fuck what people say. Okay, they fucking smoke that shit. What? I want that creeper. Someone's coming here. Someone's gonna climb up, bitch. What the fuck? Of course the creeper guy shoots me, of course! Can I get my creeper back, dude? No, I cannot. You can't even fucking kill a guy who's like... I want to kill the creeper guy. Like, how many times? What? Headshot, really? I want to kill the creeper guy. I want to kill him so bad. Where is that creeper guy, dude? Fucking here all this time, man. Bro. I would have fucking killed that guy so early on. Like, holy shit, just camping with that creeper there and my team cannot do anything. They just can't. Literally, it's the second highest damage in my team. Bro. Yeah, but it is fun though. It is kind of fun. On quest.
If you can't keep up, you're straight out of luck. Winning is the only way to stay free. Follow me if you want to win.
Nemesis R99? Okay. Oh.
On your six. Throwing arc star.
Okay, man. Sure, dude. I cracked 2 of them. Killed 1 at least. Dead fucking.
Recharging my shields.
Where is that fucking Proton, dude?
Give me a second. Recharge your shields.
You think you're slick with that, huh?
Double timing it. Give me a sec. Recharging shields.
Okay.
Give my shields a recharge. Already on my mark, firing for effect.
Did they already? I think some of them are not even. Bro, they're not even playing. Bro, they're not even playing. Uh-huh. Okay. Shut the fuck up. I need to play the game.
Recharging my shields. Void running.
Someone's bow kicking. Someone's bow kicking. This is actually cooked, dude. Like what? Why are they still peeking me?
Shields. Recharging my shield.
Okay. I think the reason why I'm not.
Need to recharge my shield.
Okay.
Give my shields a recharge.
Recharging my shield.
Oh, the sniper and the AFK.
Hostile right here.
What?
Need to recharge my shields.
Okay. Yikes.
Double timing it. Give my shields a recharge.
Never mind.
Give me a second. Recharging shields.
Wow.
seconds of recharge.
Recharging.
Don't lose that fight. I swear to God. Eh? I thought she was way more closer than that. Bitch. Bitch. This drone is so annoying. I think I went too back. What the fuck, idiot? Okay, let's see what I did. Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's just going to be mechanic practice till the end of the month, or till I see some significant improvement. The Skull Town gun run, I think this is where I go. Bye. I mean, even though I was just practicing the whole stream, I think I streamed pretty long enough. So yeah, bye.